Joined by Jamie Sycon, who will be my sidekick doing color commentary. We also have Nick Wysong as our OSN 102.7 WMOM technical engineer, and Jackson Genter is our OSN cameraman. The Orioles come into this game 5-0 on the year, 3 straight shutouts in the West Michigan Conference. And they have impressive wins this year over Coopersville, Mason County Central, Muskegon Oak Ridge, Fremont, and last week the Montague Wildcats. Manistee, on the other hand, they are 2-3 on the year, 1-3 in the West Michigan Conference. They have victories over Remus Chippewa Hills 42-15 and Fremont 36-24. They've lost 3 straight. They lost to Muskegon Oak Ridge 27-8, Muskegon Orchard View 26-22, and last week they were shut out by Whitehall 46-0. Now, only 2 teams in the state of Michigan have met more often than Ludington and Manistee, and those teams are the Negaunee Miners and the Ishpeming Hematites in the Upper Peninsula. They are not meeting this year, as I believe Ishpeming has went to 8-man football, so they are not meeting. Ludington and Manistee in a couple of years, they could tie up that record at 150 meetings between the 2 schools. Jamie, this is a great rivalry. Not much else has to be said about that.
Exactly. I think that speaks for itself, Scoop. And, if you're not, you got all different choices here is what I'm getting. You can be a fan of this rivalry, you can be a coach in this rivalry, and you can be an athlete in this rivalry. And it doesn't matter what sport it is. It's a rivalry.
Yep, exactly.
And that's what makes it great.
Yes. The 2 teams first met in 1895, and the only 4 teams who have played a game dating back farther than that, Negaunee and Ishpeming, that started up in 1895, but just prior to Ludington and Manistee. In 1894, Menominee took on Marinette. 1894, Saginaw, Arthur Hill against Saginaw. And the oldest rivalry based on the year started 1893. Battle Creek Central played against Kalamazoo Central.
They deferred, and Ludington will receive the ball first.
And this rivalry, Ludington has the lead. They've won 71 times. Manistee's won 65 times, and 11 games have ended in a tie. We want to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Orioles sports, producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. Pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor, as we bring you tonight's 148th meeting from the top of the press box here at Manistee's football field. And right now we're going to step aside and we're going to listen to the interview I did earlier with Orioles head coach Charlie Gunsel. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview. And Coach, tonight we have a lot of tradition mixing with history. There's so much going on in this ball game tonight. It's first things first. It's the 148th meeting, which is the second longest rivalry in the state of Michigan in terms of games played, only behind, I believe, Ishpeming and I think it's Menominee. I could be wrong, and I know one definitely is Ishpeming. The 148th meeting. Number 2, it's for the Dad's Trophy. Number 3, it's your 4th consecutive West Michigan Conference Lakes Division matchup as your Orioles try to keep the Dad's Trophy, and they also try for their 4th straight shutout.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I wasn't aware of all that, but we just need to continue getting better. We're still working some kinks out on some things, and the scores really are not an indication how physical a couple of these games have been. So we definitely have some guys that are beat up a little bit. We tried to take the week and get some guys healthy. But yeah, anytime you get together with Manistee, it's a big deal. The Dad's Trophy up here's been a tough place for us to play because they just have great fans, and Manistee plays hard, and they have a style of play that's completely opposite to ours, and so it's going to be interesting.
Been some classic ball games here at Manistee. I remember the very first game I broadcast doing play-by-play, 2011. If I remember right, the final score was, I believe, 40-39. I know you and your boys went for 2 at the end of the game. Tough loss. There's been some other close ones up here, too. Manistee would like nothing more than to put a dent in Ludington's season here, and I'm sure your boys are taking it one game at a time. Coach, you look back at it now. First game of the year at Coopersville, the score was 20-13 at halftime, and that's the last time really that your boys have been tested by a team. I'm sure the coaches are very well aware of that, and you're keeping your boys in line.
Yeah, you don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to fall into a lull. You don't want to have this perceived self-confidence. We need to come out and play. And I think the reason the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks that we've been successful is we freaking play hard. Because they know if they don't play hard, they're not going to play. There's guys behind them that are ready to go. And really it's a group that's fairly well they're self-motivated group of kids. So, like I said, the scores don't indicate really how physical games are. I mean, games have gotten away from some of our opponents due to turnovers. We're plus 14 on the year right now in turnovers. So that certainly is a catalyst to, having some games get out of hand. But I don't see that tonight. I think we're going to play well. I think we're going to play hard. I know we're excited to be here to play. But Manistee just controls things, similar to what they do in basketball. If you don't have the ball, you can't score. And I'm sure that's their philosophy, is to keep the ball away from us tonight. So we'll have to get some stops. We'll have to create some negative plays on first or second down defensively so that we can get our offense on the field.
Manistee 2-3 overall on the season, 1-3 in the West Michigan Conference. Last year's game at Oriole Field, an absolute thriller that your O's pulled out at the end of the game, scoring on a 2-point conversion to win 39-38.
Yeah, that was exciting. Like I said, usually when we get together with Manistee, that's going to be the typical ending to one of those football games. It's just the kids all know each other. They play hard. There's friendships here. I'm sure there's some animosity as well. They just lend themselves to those types of games. They're going to keep things tight. A lot of their games have been close this year. I know last week got out of hand, but they were playing Whitehall. That happens to a lot of people. So we just need to keep getting better. We just can't be satisfied with where we're at, and that's where teams get into trouble when you start, being satisfied and not maybe putting in the extra rep. And this week, I'll tell you, Wednesday was the best offensive practice we've had all year. So if that tells you anything about our kids, I do anticipate playing well tonight.
I was just going to ask how the week's gone for practice, and that's a great sign right there. Also, your injury report, Coach.
Well, we're banged up. I got 2 quarterbacks with bad thumbs. I've got some other guys that just aches and pains of week 6 of high school football. Some guys prepare for it and they tend to withstand it a little bit better, and some guys don't, and then they get dinged up a little bit. So we're just kind of going through the normal stuff right now. We're being smart during the week. We're not trying to beat them up as much during the week and try to keep our bodies healthy. And that's the name of the game now, right? It's about preserving your body and being able to go on Friday.
You pointed something out to me this past week. I'm usually a numbers guy. I stay on top of the media type things. And I was a little embarrassed when you pointed this out to me that, I guess sometimes, and I don't want to use the term take for granted, but, our record was 61 touchdowns by a Ludington player for a career by Spence Riggs. And Cam scored his 100th career touchdown last week. He's got 105 now after the game at Montague. State record, Bryce Underwood, 152. Again, I hate using that term, take it for granted, but just Cam sometimes makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he's having a great year because he's on a really good football team. A lot of his passing yards, and he'll laugh about it, is we shuttle it to guys like Taj Williams and Mikey Himes, and those guys go make plays. But he's had a good career. I know he's not satisfied. None of our guys are satisfied. We want to finish what we started, and there's certain goals, and we're knocking them off as we go, but there's big ones still to go. And beating Manistee is a goal, and we want to make sure we check that box. And in order to do that, Cam's got to play well, and that's just our offense. And defensively, we've moved him up closer to the line of scrimmage. You probably have noticed that, and he's making some plays on that side. But football, any record in football has nothing to do with one individual. Any record in football it should all be team awards because, he's throwing to great receivers, he's protected by a great offensive line, and he's handing the ball off to some really good backs. So any record that anybody's ever had in the game of football, if they take it as an individual thing, then they're just selfish because that's not the game.
Yeah. Will Zach Graham be back this week? And how about sweet Louis Salazar?
I'm going to find out on Louis in about 10 minutes. We're hopeful. He's been working out with us. He looks good. Zach will be out this week, but Zach has already started running. And so we anticipate Zach being back next week. I know he wants to play in that ball game next week, and he's doing everything he can to get ready.
Coach, I'm sure your boys, they got the arch rival Manistee. I know they're looking forward to the big game against Whitehall next week, but I know they're not looking past arch rival Manistee.
No, we've preached that this week they say trap games and things of that nature when you're looking ahead. Immature teams get caught up in trap games, and we stress maturity and we stress taking every opponent seriously. And And they have. And like I said, if any indication on Wednesday, the way we went Wednesday is any indication of how we're going to play tonight, Scoop, we're going to play some pretty fast, good football.
Well, Coach, good luck to you and good luck to the Orioles. I look forward to talking to you after the ball game. As always, go O's.
Thanks, Scoop. Go O's.
Welcome back to Manistee. Scoop Hansen, Jamie Sycon, Nick Wysong, and we also have Jackson Jenner, the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. First things first, I want to reiterate, folks, that the two teams that have played more games than Ludington and Manistee, there's only two of them, and it's Ishpeming and Negaunee, not Menominee. It's Ishpeming and Negaunee. They have both met 150 times on the gridiron. And number two, Sweet Louis Salazar is in fact back, and he will be playing on defense tonight. Maybe a little offense, but definitely on defense, Jamie.
Hey, that's great to have Sweet Lou back. You know, like we said, depth is a good thing, and you know, a little bit of banged up here. You know, it's a chance to rest Zach another week, get him healthy, get him ready for next week. But you know, each week we've talked about it, Scoop, when I've been with you, is the injuries have to stay away, and got to keep kids healthy, and you know, when they've had their opportunities for the depth, they've came in and they've all played well.
Yeah, we've had some great battles between Ludington and Manistee over the year. The last time the Orioles played here, they fell to the Mariners by the score of 44-23. That was back in 2023. Of course, last year's game, the homecoming game at Oriole Field, was an absolute thriller. Ludington pulled it out at the very end on a 2-point conversion by the score of 39-38. Some other memorable games. The very first game I did as a play-by-play man, that was with WKLA. That was back in 2011, and Manistee won 40-39 right here on their field. Coach Gunsel went for the 2-point conversion at the end of the game, and Manistee was able to stop it, and they held off for a 40-39 victory. What an exciting game that was. The very next year at Oriole Field, Manistee prevailed once again, 36-34, before Ludington came back out in 2013, and they shut out the Mariners 38-0. Then they were the Chippewas, of course.
Well, yeah. There's always some battles here, you know, Scoop, and as you said, the Chippewas. It's just one of those things for me, you know, is you know, it's hard. You might slip up tonight and say it, but you know, I worked up here for 10 years, and a lot of my close friends live up here, and they still tell me, hey, we're Chippewas.
Well, they'll always be the Chippewas to me. I mean, I remember playing it back in 82 and 83 as a junior and senior at Ludington. They thumped us pretty good my junior year at Oriole Field. I think the final was like 34-13. Tough loss here. Of course, it wasn't at this field. It was at their old high school field. We lost 13-11 in the fall of 1983. That was a heartbreaking loss right there. Hey, we want to thank Indian Summer Co-op. They are proud to be a sponsor of the OSN and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. And Lundquist Furniture, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor. Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. And here are your starting lineups. First for the Ludington Orioles on offense, starting at quarterback, number 1, Cam Gunsel. His tailback will be number 2, Mikey Himes. The slot backs will be number 7, Messiah Himes, and number 0, Taj Williams. The wide receivers, number 5, Kyle Himes Jr., and number 11, Brody Jones. The offensive line for the Orioles at center, number 50, Colin Shelton. The left guard, 54, Blake Nelson. The left tackle, 53, Connor Shaney, who will also be our Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight. You'll hear his interview at the half. The starting right guard, number 55, Donovan Salazar, and the starting right tackle, the All-State hopeful, number 63, Walt Autry. On defense for the Orioles, starting at the free safety, number 1, Cam Gunsel. The cornerbacks will be number 2, Mikey Himes, and number 5, Kyle Himes Jr. The strong safeties, number 7, Messiah Himes, and number 12, Michael Wilson. The linebackers for the Orioles, the inside linebackers, number 9, J.T. Keith, and number 3, Cooper Holmes. And on the defensive line for the Orioles, number 20, Logan Sloan. He'll be one of the defensive ends, along with number 50, Colin Shelton. The DTs, number 53, Connor Shaney, and number 63, Big Walt Autry. For the Manistee Mariners. And the Orioles, of course, coached by Charlie Gunsel. Charlie going for his career victory, number 99 is Ludington's coach tonight. Manistee, they are coached by Alvin Richel. And starting on offense for the Mariners, the quarterback number 11, Davion Neal Berry. His running backs number 9, Braylon Zimmerman, and number 22, Wyatt Protasevich. The fullback number 5, Landon Soa. The tight end number 33, Ian Genhart. The wide receiver number 81, Morgan Banicki. The starting center for the Mariners, number 78, Jacob Lee. The left guard, 77, Travis Neuenhaus. The left tackle, 71, Andy O'Donnell. The right guard, 56, Xavier Goodspeed. And the right tackle, 61, Ketis Underwood. On defense for the Mariners, up front, the defensive tackles will be number 56, Xavier Goodspeed, and number 71, Andy O'Donnell. Defensive ends, number 61, Ketis Underwood, and number 77, Travis Neuenhaus. The linebackers for the Mariners, number 33, Ian Genhart, along with number 5, Landon Soa. The outside linebackers, number 11, Davion Neal Berry, and number 22, Wyatt Protasevich. The defensive secondary for Manistee, the cornerbacks will be number 81, Morgan Banicki, and number 24, Hoyt Edmondson. And the free safety, number 9, Braylon Zimmerman. And that is your starting lineups for both teams. You see, Manistee has a lot more players going both ways than Ludington.
Yeah, that they're putting their best athletes on the field right there, Scoop. But there's a problem with that is probably, you start getting into that third and fourth quarter. If you don't have the depth there, not saying they don't, but just, if they're not rotating some players in, it's going to get real difficult real fast.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there, Jamie. No doubt about that. We're getting set for kickoff here in about 3.5 minutes. The coin toss was won. I know you were watching it.
Yep, the coin toss was won by Manistee. They deferred, and Ludington will receive the ball first.
Coach Rich Kirby, the JV team, kind of unique last night. The JV combined freshmen, they won 35-0 over Manistee last night. JVs played the first half, the freshmen played the second half.
I knew that, but I don't know what the score was at halftime or whatnot. But I think the freshman game had a cancellation, and what a unique opportunity right there, Scoop. So, as we look down here, as you were talking about Manistee, a lot of players going both ways, but as they just ran out onto the field here, they don't have a whole lot of depth out there. Talented as they may be, there looks like they're a little short on numbers for overall team there.
Well, the only game they have been blown out was last week against Whitehall, 46-0. They've been in some tough ball games.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
They play hard always. It doesn't matter.
Exactly, particularly against the Ludington Orioles. And say the same about the Orioles. If they're having a down year and Manistee's having a good year, the Orioles will give them all they can, all they have.
And that's why we want to keep this rivalry going.
Exactly, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later too. But right now we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff here between the Ludington Orioles and the Manistee Mariners. You are watching and listening to the Orioles Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned, Oriole Nation.
Welcome to House of Flavors, Michigan's largest ice cream producer. But we're more than just ice cream. We exist to make ice cream, feed people, and make our world a better place. We donate 25% of all profits to charity annually. You heard that right. We are dedicated, innovative, adaptable. Come join our team. We are looking for amazing people to join our team in maintenance, operations, palletizing, warehouse, CDL drivers. We provide career development opportunities, year-round stability, competitive wages, health insurance, 401k retirement, bonuses, profit sharing, and free ice cream. Join us to make ice cream and make a difference. Find your career today at houseofflavors.com/careers.
Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance. Since 1902, Smith & Eddy Insurance has been building relationships and providing insurance solutions as the area's largest independent agency. Here at Smith & Eddy Insurance, in partnership with Auto Owners, we offer the most experienced staff, the widest array of policies, and we have partnered with Auto Owners Insurance to provide exceptional solutions for our customers. With new technology and an old-school philosophy, our team is committed to delivering a winning customer experience by placing the right people in the right roles. proudly serving all of West Michigan from our 4 convenient locations in Bear Lake, Scottville, Manistee, and in Hart, Smith & Eddy and Auto Owners remains deeply committed to the communities we serve and dedicated to meeting your insurance needs. Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance.
Safe Harbor Credit Union is your premier choice for all your banking needs. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, our members always come first. You're not just a member, you're family. This is Adam Johnson, President and CEO of Safe Harbor Credit Union, and proud former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're thrilled to once again be the premier halftime sponsor for the Orioles Sports Network. If you haven't yet experienced the Safe Harbor Credit Union difference, now is the perfect time to make the switch. We cherish our relationships with our members and our community student athletes. You'll find us in the stands cheering for that next Oriole win and in local classrooms teaching financial literacy. We believe in being the local financial institution that you can trust with all your banking needs. When you invest with us, your money stays local, and local decision making ensures that your needs are our top priority. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Come visit us at our new location at 5511 US 10 here in Ludington. We can't wait to welcome you into our family at Safe Harbor Credit Union.
Welcome back to Manistee. Ludington will receive the Orioles in their white away jerseys. They have white pants, they have black numerals and lettering trimmed in orange. Of course, the black helmet with the orange O. Manistee in their blue tops, blue pants. They got the Michigan Wolverine style helmet with the wing on it. And kicking off for Manistee will be number 3, Keegan Shannon. He is a senior. And back deep for the Orioles looks to be number 2, Mikey Himes. And also, can you see, here we go, Taj Williams. It is a kick that's going to go out of bounds. Manistee, good idea there by Manistee, but it kicked way too hard. It goes out of bounds, and the Orioles are going to have great field position to start this game.
Yeah, you know, that if that would have sat down right there, that could have been dangerous. You know, Manistee go ahead and jump on that ball, but too much momentum takes it out of bounds, and that's going to be a big break for Ludington.
Yeah, Manistee's got those gold numbers, yellow numbers. They look like they're trimmed in white. And they hit a pocket right there, Jamie, as you said, but just too much on the ball right there, and it goes out of bounds. Ludington takes over at their own 40-yard line. As we begin the 148th meeting between these two ancient rivals, the Orioles and the Mariners. And again, we'll talk a bit more at halftime. We're going to talk a bit about the JV freshman game last night. We'll also talk a bit about Manistee moving next year to the West Michigan Conference Rivers Division and how that will affect the Ludington Orioles. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Orioles. Gunsel has Mikey Himes in motion.
Look at this.
Little razzle-dazzle. And with the ball there, that's Taj Williams. Manistee defended it nicely right there.
Gain of 5.
We'll still get 5 on it, but Manistee did a really nice job flowing to the ball on the tackle. Number 9, Braylon Zimmerman.
Yeah, you know, they had a nice little, like you said, razzle-dazzle, a double reverse pitch. But I think what might have gained a little bit more out of that is, you know, run it a little deeper, take a couple extra more steps before you pitch it to the next guy. But as you see Cam come around the outside there, laid a nice block and still sprung that for a 5-yard gain.
You know, Jamie, I'm wondering why the clock is not running. It's at 11:52 right now.
He went out of bounds, Scoop.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yep.
You know what? You're exactly right. And there's a pitch and catch right there to Kyle Himes Jr. So way to keep me on my toes. Here we are in week 6 on a absolutely gorgeous night here. It's going to be a beautiful sunset here in Manistee tonight. And
look at this.
Yeah.
We got the Friday night lights. Look at the sunset just over the backside of the school. And then look at here, right out front, we have the moon already.
Yep. It's something else. It's a pretty nice venue up here at Manistee.
Yeah, you can't get any better than this.
The field is very tightly mowed as well, too. They said they just mowed it today. Gunsel will keep, and he's going to get down to the Manistee 45-yard line before he is brought down there by, looked like number 33 on the tackle, Ian Gethart.
Yep, you know, and right now we got a little ground and pound. You know, we're keeping them on their toes. The run-pass option by Cam right there. And, you know, we want to wear them down a little bit. Like you said, they play both sides. Or, you know, a lot of guys play both ways there. So, you know, we wear them down and try to score in a couple of possessions here in the first quarter and get them tired. Then you might see us take a couple of big shots, you know.
Orioles going for their 4th straight West Michigan Conference Lakes Division shutout too, Jamie.
Yeah, well, let's hope we can get it, Scoop.
Here we go. Gunsel back to pass. Still on it. Still now he'll rush, and he's going to go down at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
And good coverage here by the Manistee secondary. Of course,
yeah, they dropped their safety back. I mean, we had 2 receivers deep, but they just dropped the safety and he was playing both guys basically, just daring, Cam to throw it, and he didn't, and got positive yards out of it. Smart play, 3rd down and 7.
Ball on the Manistee 45-yard line. 10-10 to go in the opening quarter. We're just underway here on a gorgeous night. Week 6 of the MHSAA season. Mikey Himes in motion. They got a screen set up. And
he's going to have to break a tackle.
Yep, he's not going to be able to. Great job by Manistee. And that's Genhardt again on the tackle. Ludington set the screen up there, but there was a couple of Mariners that just didn't fall for it, Jamie. And it's going to bring up a 4th and about 7. 4th and 6.
More like a blitz screen. They allowed him to get through, but the problem is the receiver was beyond the blockers, so he had to make play himself.
And the Orioles will go for it on 4th and 6.
I think they're trying to draw him off here, Scoop.
Yeah, they are. Now Cam is walking towards the sideline. He's getting an audible from Coach Coach Brent Gillett, whose birthday is today.
They'll look at the wristband, and they all have we might even call a timeout here.
Yeah, and we want to wish Oriole offensive coordinator Brent Gillett a happy birthday. Today celebrating on October 3rd, and also Evan McKinley celebrating a birthday today, a big-time Ludington Oriole and Oriole supporter.
Yeah, I just talked to Evan a little bit ago. He's one of my favorite guys that I coached. Play a lot of golf with Evan, and not only was he one of my athletes, he's one of my really good friends now. So happy birthday to Big Ev.
We got a 4th and 6 for the Orioles. The ball is at the Manistee 44-yard line. 9:14 to go in the opening quarter. Manistee won the toss. They deferred. They kicked off to Ludington. Orioles' first offensive possession. As I was mentioning to Coach Gunsel, since the Coopersville game when it was 20-13 at the half, Ludington, no other team has challenged the Orioles, or as far as the scoreboard goes. That's the closest anybody's been to them.
Yep, and right now they're just playing at a high level, and that shows the confidence they have. They're coming out here. It's 4th down. If we get it, we do, and if we don't, we got confidence in our defense.
Here we go. Gunsel back
to
to
this
pass.
Cross pass here, Scoop.
And he's flushed out of the pocket. Still flushed. He'll get rid of the ball.
Now
He's got a receiver open. He's got it. And I believe that was
Kyle Himes Jr.
Was that Kyle Himes Jr., number 5? A 4th and 6 for the Orioles right there. And a 35-yard completion there from Gunsel to Kyle Himes Jr., and the Orioles are cooking.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play right there, Scoop. If those fans that were watching at home, basically they rolled Cam out to his left, and they did a cross with the 2 receivers, kind of a pick play deep-wise, but then broke them wide open, 35-yard gain.
Kyle got behind the Manistee secondary right there. Now Gunsel off his left tackle right there, and he's down to about the 10-yard line where he's dropped. And that'll be a gain of 2, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8. They're at the, actually, gain of 3 on the play. They marked the ball at the 9, Jamie.
Yes, they did. The interesting thing is, we keep running that run-pass option right there. Cam reads, sees what's taken. But that's a couple of times right there now where he's faked a handoff to Mikey Himes, and nobody came with Mikey. So I wouldn't be surprised if here soon Cam's going to go ahead and give it to him. And there it is.
Little pop pass. Mikey Himes. He'll retreat. Now he'll cut
Oh,
off.
boy,
Scoop. And now he has...
He's still on his feet, Scoop.
He's still on his feet. Oh, you talk about an exciting, 5 or 6 yard gain. That was incredible. Mikey Himes, he was able to just absolutely juke and jive his way inside, and he gets down to the 3-yard line. One of the prettiest 6-yard runs you'll ever see.
Yeah. Well, they're going to... I tell you, he might have got 5 or 6 yards out of that, Scoop, but he must have ran 25.
So
we got 1st down and 10 here, Scoop.
Yep, 1st down, goal to go for the Ludington Orioles. Gunsel keeps. Gunsel, is he in? No, he's marked down at the 1, I believe.
Looks like they're going to show it.
No, touchdown!
Oh, now we got the official on the far side calling touchdown.
Cam Gunsel's 31st touchdown of the year. It comes at the 7:48 mark. of the opening quarter, a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel.
Yeah, there's a nice little read option play there, and a run right up the middle, right behind the big offensive line, and give them the credit. Like Coach Gunsel said earlier, you can't make the plays without all the other players, and they're all playing at a high level right now, Scoop.
Did you have that officially as a 3-yarder, Jamie?
Yes, they had the ball marked at the 3-yard line.
All right, Gomez point after is up, and it's drilled through. And Ludington has a quick 7-0 lead at the 7:48 mark of the opening quarter. You are watching and listening to the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned, Oriole Nation.
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S. and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
Welcome back to Manistee. Ludington going for it there on a 4th and 6, Jamie. They connect on a 35-yard pass from Gunsel to Kyle Himes Jr. Kept the drive going, and it climaxes with a 3-yard touchdown run by Gunsel, his 31st touchdown of the year, his 106th career touchdown. A OSN Bravo Zulu salute to Oriole quarterback Cam Gunsel, who eclipsed Spence Riggs' Ludington career touchdown record of 61. He did that sometime back, and usually I'm up on things like that. And Charlie told me last week we were talking, and he just passed it on to me, and I said, holy cow. I said he got his 100th touchdown last week at Montague and added 5 more. So he come into tonight's game with 105. That was his 106th career touchdown right there. And the record in the States by Bryce Underwood, current Michigan quarterback, at 152.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get to 152, but I tell you, he's also, we talk about streaks that you were talking. Is I believe he's accounted for 6 touchdowns in every game.
He has. He's had 6 touchdowns
so far this season. So whether it's running or passing combined, 6 touchdowns per game so far this season.
Zimmerman returned to kick there for Manistee, and the Mariners will start 1st and 10 at their own 29, at their own 30-yard line. Here we go. Manistee again, their quarterback, number 11, Davion Neal Berry. He's a junior. He's been here with the varsity since his freshman year.
Yeah. And, I wouldn't be surprised here, Scoop. We'll probably crunch the box up here and put, 8 or 9 guys in the box, and then 3 D-backs. They're all uptight. Yep, they know he's going to run.
Davion Neal Berry trying to get to the outside, and he's got a nice pickup there. He gets to the 40-yard line, so a gain there of 10. First down on their first run. Davion Neal Berry. Boy, he's got some quickness.
Yep, he's got some speed.
Chased out of bounds there by.
Are you going to give him the first? It looks like they're short, just half a yard short.
Yeah. It looks like Michael Wilson and a host of other Orioles chasing him out of bounds there.
Final blow laid there by Cam Gunsel on Neal Berry out of bounds.
Yeah, now the referee came up and said first down. He signaled first down, so.
Yep, he's going to move the chains.
1st and 10, 7:34 to go. Opening quarter, Ludington 7, Manistee with their first offensive possession. The OSN and 102.7 WMOM with you from the top of the press box here at Manistee High School.
Yeah, and this is going to be a first look for Ludington. Right here, the little bit of a wishbone type offense that Manistee's running back here with a quarterback under center and then 3 running backs in the backfield. And it's going to be how can we spot which one he's actually handing the ball off to. How do you do that? You got to get penetration. You got to blow that line up and then not allow him to have that time, Scoop.
Wyatt Protasevich on the carry right there. He gains 6 on the play. And now Davion Neal Berry will keep it, and Ludington does a much better job right there. As you said, that the backfield that they have right there, full house backfield.
Yep.
And they ran this for a number of years here at Manistee. In fact, they ran this back even when I was playing back in the early 80s, back in the dark days when there were dinosaurs still roaming the earth. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 for Manistee. Ball on their own 47-yard line, 6:26 to go in the opening quarter.
Just a different test. Our defensive line's got to get a push.
Gorgeous night for football. Here's a pass, and it is complete, and it will be a first down and then some. Davion Neal Berry completes the pass to Braylon Zimmerman, and the Mariners are in Oriole territory. They have the ball down at the Ludington 43-yard line.
Again, and right now a little bit of that bend, you know, we see that here and there from Ludington, bend, but don't break, you know. But in a rival game here, you know, don't think those kids down there don't know no one scored on them in 3 games. They don't want someone to score here. And on the same boat, Manistee wants to get right here and punch one in on the very first possession. Say, here, we're here.
Long count by Davion Neal Berry. He'll give it now. Protasevich on the carry, and Cam Gunsel comes up there and makes the first contact, and also getting up there, Kyle Himes Jr. And the ball will be marked at the Oriole 40-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for Manistee. Week 6, the MHSAA got a beautiful breeze, but what a gorgeous night here at Manistee. The Orioles and the Mariners going at it for the 148th time. Again, the only 2 teams that have met more often, Negaunee and Ishpeming in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, the Miners and the Hematites.
Yeah, and you see right now Ludington's defensive backs are giving about a 7-8 yard cushion for the receivers. And then,
good job
there we
there.
go. We finally got some good penetration. That's Landon Sloan.
Logan Sloan.
Yep.
Logan Sloan, nice tackle there, starting defensive end for the Orioles. Again, the Orioles starters on the line. Logan Sloan and Colin Shelton at the ends. The defensive tackles, Connor Shaney and Walt Autry. The linebackers, J.T. Keith and Cooper Holmes. In the secondary tonight, Cam Gunsel, Mikey Himes, Kyle Himes Jr., Messiah Himes, and Michael Wilson.
And right here, Neal Berry come off the field. The quarterbacks come off the field. I think because his helmet came off, I think he has to leave the field.
For at least one play.
Yep. So now we got a backup in here, and we'll see what happens.
3rd and 6. Protasevich on the carry, and he's going to be brought down short. Good job there by the Orioles stacking him up. He's going to have a gain down to about the 30. Now let's see if they give him forward progress to about the 38-yard line, Jamie.
Yep, and Neal Berry's back in now.
It'll bring up a 4th down.
And 4th down and 6.
Actually,
4 Orioles on top of it.
I think it's going to be 4th and
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
about
3,
4.
About 4.
4th and 4.
Fourth and a long 4. Yeah. And we have 4:11 left in the first quarter. Ludington's had the ball once and they scored, and now Manistee has it for their first offensive possession.
Yep, I want to watch them try to. There we go, timeout. It's not. They're going to try to get us to jump offside, get a free first down here.
Looked like they were going to try to draw us off, as you said. Exactly. You know, we want to send some love to some more of our sponsors, beginning with. Let's begin with Safe Harbor Credit Union, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington, or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Benedict's Auto Center, providing the absolute best in auto body and repairing, and painting, I should say, since the 40s. You can reach Mike Benedict at 231-613-4111. Benedict's Auto Center, located at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. Ludington 7, Manistee nothing. 4:02 remaining in this opening quarter. Ludington scored at the 7:48 mark on a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel. Gabe Gomez point after was good, and that's where we are right now.
You know, and Manistee's doing right what they kind of want to do right here, Scoop. They've had a nice little drive here, taking time off the clock. If Ludington don't have the ball, they can't score. Quick strike. But, this is a big stop right here for Ludington if they can get a turnover or just turnover on downs, either one.
Exactly. Ludington Manistee battling for the Dad's Trophy, the Dad's Traveling Trophy, which resides with Ludington right now. Davion Neal Berry has passed his way, and we're going to have we're going to have a penalty marker thrown. It came in very late there, and it's going to be thrown on Ludington. It looked like the...
I think it was more like tangled feet than anything.
Well, I was going to say the same thing, Jamie. It looked like Mikey Himes and the Manistee receivers.
And it was uncatchable as well.
Yeah, got their feet tangled right there, and penalty marker down. The ball looked like it was uncatchable.
Yeah, I didn't see any hand contact with them. It was a normal receiver defender hand touch, but they tangled up feet, and then Mikey Himes, even dove for the football. So the whole time he was looking at the football and going for the football. But they're having a long conversation here because, like I said, I think the ball was uncatchable as well.
Exactly. Long confab by the officials right now. Let's see here. That was a 4th and 4 for Manistee, and they're still talking down there right now. And we're going to have the call here. Pass interference on Ludington. After a long conversation, Manistee gets a break there.
Yeah, well, I guess they talked it out, but if you throw the flag and it takes that long to figure it out, then I think probably one guy was saying, I don't have pass interference. The other one was saying, well, what are we going to do? But here it is. That's the call, and they're closer than we are down there, Scoop. So now Ludington's got to not break here. Fresh set of downs for Manistee.
So that'll prolong the Manistee drive here. We have 3:55 left in the first quarter. Manistee now has the ball at the Oriole 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Davion Neal Berry is the Manistee quarterback, and he will give the ball to Protasevich, and he's got near another Manistee first down.
Yeah, Ludington's having a hard time. Ludington's having a hard time right now.
Penalty marker down too.
Reading that wishbone option back there. And Manistee's doing a good job of blocking right now.
There is a flag down as well.
I think we're going to get unsportsmanlike on Ludington.
Looked like a pickup of 9 yards.
That was a pickup of 9 there, and I believe you're going to be able to add some yards to it as well. Let's see here. Here's the call.
Maybe the other way. It looks like he's going to walk the ball back. Yep, Manistee unsportsmanlike.
Personal foul on the Mariners.
Foul against the Mariners.
That's a big call.
Yeah, that's going to take them back 15 after a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like over on the far side there, the wide receiver was matched up with, who do we have there, Scoop? I want to say
Kyle Himes Jr., I believe.
On the far left over there, our far side anyways. It looks like he might have grabbed a face mask and yanked it after the play there.
It is homecoming here tonight for the Manistee Mariners. They'll have their ceremony at halftime, so we'll have a little bit longer halftime for you folks, and we'll have Connor Shaney as our Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight. We'll also talk about the last night's JV freshman game at Oriole Field that Ludington won 35-0 over Manistee. Here's
almost a
pass
false start
incomplete, and yeah, you don't want to hurt that friendly fire right there. You don't want to take out your own player, as Cam came in and looked like...
Yeah, he rolled up behind Sloan.
Sloan right there. The pass will be an incomplete pass, and that will bring up is that a second down? Second down coming up now.
Third or
10. Oh, it should be third.
Third down.
3:09 to go in this opening quarter. Oriole Sports Network, a bird's eye view of local sports, along with 102.7 WMOM, bringing you tonight's game, Week 6 of the MHSAA season. 5-0 Ludington Orioles, the 2-3 Manistee Mariners. Davion Neal Berry, he's able to slip away right there. He slips away a second time, and now the Orioles bring him down at about the 24. Let's see where they mark him there. He's very elusive.
Yeah, I tell you, we had about a 7 or 8 yard loss right there, and I think that was Sloan who had him back there and just missed him.
So the scoreboard is saying fourth down. The down marker says third down right now. I tend to go with what the down marker says over on the Orioles sideline right there. 3rd and 6 for Manistee. Ball is at the Oriole 24-yard line. Neal Berry, the quarterback. Now he'll go back to pass. He's being rushed, and he's going to get rid of it, and he completes it. Oh, my goodness, how the heck did he get rid of that pass?
Yeah, that was an athletic play right there.
Wow.
Nice sidearm, lowered his arm angle right there, Scoop.
He had an Oriole draped all over him right there. And unbelievably, it's going to be a first down. Wow. That's just a heck of an athletic play right there by Davion Neal Berry. That was a 3rd and 6 right there.
Yep.
Long.
Right now the Orioles, kind of struggling with this Manistee setup they have. They're having and what's probably doing it the good from what I can tell the angle up here is Neal Berry's doing a good job of hiding the football, so we're having trouble picking up who actually has it.
1st and 10 for Manistee, ball at the Oriole 19-yard line, and on the carry, big pickup right there for Landon Soa, and he's down inside the Oriole 10-yard line. And this West Michigan Conference shutout streak is in danger right now, coming to an end. Ludington has consecutive shutouts, has 3 straight shutouts, I should say. Fremont, Muskegon, Oak Ridge, and Montague. And Manistee now has the ball on the Orioles 7-yard line with 1:35 to go in this opening quarter. Ludington up 7-0. This is exactly what Manistee wants.
Yep.
Long drive.
A rival game, that things happen.
Davion Neal Berry, long count. He will give now to Protasevich inside, and he is in for a touchdown.
There you go. Got to make tackles.
Wow.
Got to make tackles, Scoop.
First point scored against Ludington since Mason County Central scored against them in week 2. And it comes at the 1:15 mark.
It's almost better to just get that over with, Scoop, because it most likely wasn't going to last the rest of the season. So, that's one thing they can get off their back now, and now they got something to fight for here.
You don't like seeing it come against your arch rival, though. 7-yard, give him for 7-yard touchdown run there by Manistee's number 22, Wyatt Protasevich. And now Manistee will go for 2, and they'll go for the lead. Davion Neal Berry with it. He's going to cut inside. He's going to be stopped short. He got drilled there by Cooper Holmes and also Messiah Himes.
Yeah.
2-point run conversion failed. And with 1:15 to go in the opening quarter, your score from Manistee, the Ludington Orioles 7, the Manistee Mariners 6. You are watching and listening to the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is Trent Lundquist from Lundquist Furniture. We've been serving West Michigan since 1940. We're here to serve you guys as a full-blown furniture store. So we have mattresses, we have recliners, we have dining room tables, anything that you would need to furnish your house, we have it. And we provide one of the best services around on the west side of Michigan. We will go anywhere in the whole state of Michigan. We will deliver it, we'll service it, we'll take care of you. I just want to appreciate you guys for being customers of ours, and we're here to serve you, and that's what we do. We're here for the Orioles. We're here for the Cardinals. We're here for the Spartans. We're proud to be a sponsor of this Orioles Sports Network.
A long drive there by Manistee that consumed a lot of time, aided by a controversial pass interference call on the Orioles. And a team has now scored in the West Michigan Conference against the Ludington Orioles. Ludington up 7-6 right now, 1:15 to go in the opening quarter, and the kick goes out of bounds, and Ludington again will get great starting field position. They'll start from their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, Manistee doesn't want Mikey Himes or Taj Williams returning the ball, so they're just pooching it into the pocket and hoping that it just drops so they can get there. But
now, didn't they start their first drive from the 40 when the ball was kicked out of bounds, and now they got the ball marked at the 35 of Ludington? I could have swore Ludington's first drive started on their...
it's supposed to be the 35.
Okay, well, yeah, the first drive...
Maybe they did. I didn't pay attention to that, but that's if it does go out of bounds, it's supposed to start at the 35.
Okay, here we go. So Ludington 1st and 10, 1:15 to go, opening quarter. Gunsel looking over the Manistee defense. Now he'll pitch, and on the pitch, Mikey Himes. He's got some room out there, 40. He's at the first down marker, and there's a late little love tap right there. As Himes was out of bounds, and but he's got another Oriole first down, gain of 10 on the play. First down, Ludington. Him showing his quickness there, Mikey Himes.
For sure. And, and those are the things that, Ludington can't get caught up in. We've already had one unsportsmanlike on Manistee, and I'm sure Coach Gunsel's saying, hey, it's a rival game, but we're not going to get caught up in that. We can't afford any penalties, but, that was a little late out of bounds, but it wasn't big.
Gunsel will keep. Gunsel's at midfield. He's at the 45. Another Oriole first down. He's got about 12 on that carry.
There we go.
Cam Gunsel made a couple of really nice moves right there, and he's got the ball down to the Manistee 43-yard line. First and 10, Ludington, 59 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Ludington 7, Manistee 6.
Yeah,
another thing that touchdown could have done that Manistee just scored has really been like a slap in the face to the Orioles. Could have said, okay, we're definitely in a ball game here if we didn't already know that. It's a rivalry game.
Yep. And, I wouldn't be surprised that Ludington doesn't want to score in the second quarter. They want to score right now in the first quarter.
Gunsel, another first down. That's 3 straight plays. The Orioles have gained at least 10 yards.
And all of them right up the middle, Scoop. Because right now, Manistee's trying to stop the big play. So you see them all spread out. They're trying to take away our receivers on the corners. They're saying, hey, you're not going to throw it over the top of us. But what they're allowing is 15 yards out of pop for Cam to go right up the middle. And as soon as they sink in, that's when you're going to come over the top for the big play here.
First and 10 for the Orioles. Ball at the Manistee 32-yard line. Michael Wilson on the carry.
There's another one up the middle.
He's got another Oriole first down. That's 4 consecutive plays. The Orioles have gained at least 10 yards. 4 straight first downs.
Yep, 4 straight handoffs or keeps right up the middle of that defense. And, but the thing of it is as we spoke here, they're going to try to get one more playoff, Scoop, and then I'll give you my thought that I had.
Yep, 2 seconds, 1 second. They'll get the playoff. Gunsel will keep. He's at the 20. Now they cut it in. He's at the 15. And that play there, that's the last play of the first quarter. He didn't get a first down, but he did get about 8 yards.
Yep, and now we got a flag down.
Yep, we have a late flag down. Let's see here. Before we break for the end of the first quarter, we're going to see here what the penalty marker is. Ludington is up 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. We do have a penalty marker down. The officials are talking. They're still chatting, and let's see here. It is going to be personal foul on Manistee.
That's 2 now, Scoop.
Yep. So that'll give the Orioles up. That'll put them down within the 10-yard line.
And whatever happened, there was 2 players right there in front of the official. One Manistee, one Ludington. The Ludington player was already on the ground, so and he threw the flag right at both of those players. So that official seen something, but. And that, like Charlie probably told him, we're not getting involved in that right there. And that's 2 on Manistee, and I'd like to keep it for 0 for Ludington.
Yep.
But going back to my thought before we take the quick break is what was, up until then we had 4 or 5 straight runs of over 10 yards. The thing of it is as long a drive as Manistee had, that same offensive line that was working as now the defensive line, and they're just tired. They can't stop the line right now, and as good as you score, here we come right back at you. That's, we're going to find out at the end of this game who's in better shape. That's for sure.
I had mentioned when I gave the starting lineups that Manistee has many more players going both ways than the Orioles do. Hey, we want to thank Team Jamie Loney Real Estate. If you're thinking about selling your home or property, let Team Jamie Loney at 5-Star Real Estate guide you every step of the way with clear communication, a strong organization, and a focus on your wants and needs. Jamie makes the process smooth and stress-free. Call Jamie Loney today at 231-794-9740. Team Jamie Loney, 513 South James Street in Ludington. So we are back now at as Ludington will have the ball, first down and goal to go. Ball is at the Manistee 5-yard line, and the teams have switched ends. Ludington is now heading north. They're going towards the north end zone right now.
A little bit of wind at their back,
yes.
Slight wind at their back now.
like to send a shout out to Eleanor Anderson, who's listening and watching tonight's game over at Oakview. So she's a huge Oriole fan. Gunsel, he is in! Are they going to mark him down? Let's see. I have no signal yet.
Well, he's all the way across the line.
Yeah, Gunsel, boy, he sure did look like he scored from here. There's no signal yet.
Well, they're all leaving the field, so no one's signaled touchdown.
No one has signal yet. Just a sec, folks. Just a second. This is it's crazy. Cam Gunsel looked like he crossed the goal line right there.
I mean, his whole body was across the goal line.
They're going to mark him at the 1 yard line.
They're just bringing in the jumbo package.
Yeah.
Big Louie's out there right now on the right side, Scoop.
Sweet Louis Salazar.
Yeah, look at that line right now, Scoop. Holy moly.
First action of the season. I'll bet you Gunsel takes it. Gunsel! And he is in. Touchdown, Ludington Orioles. A 1 yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel at the 11:15 mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, I tell you, Scoop, with that, I'd like to get with Louis there, and who's the other one they brought? I'm going to add this up.
Gunsel scores on a 1 yard touchdown run at the 11:15 mark of the second quarter. Ludington up 13-6. In for the point after attempt, we have Gabe Gomez. Low snap, handled nicely there. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Gomez nails it. And Ludington now leads 14-6 with 11:15 to go in the opening half. You are watching and listening to the OSN and 102.7 WMOM.
Reliable, professional, exceptional quality and courteous service. Benedict's Auto Center has been providing the absolute best in auto body repairing and painting since the 1940s. For over 80 years, 3 generations of the Benedict family have run a business you can trust in Mason County and the surrounding area. Owner Mike Benedict will listen to your concerns and questions to ensure you have peace of mind and that the auto body needs of your vehicle are totally and completely met. At Benedict Auto Body, customer service is the #1 priority. We want our customers to know that when it comes to choosing a car repair business, it is their choice. Customers should call around and ask questions and get feedback from all car repair shops before making their decision. Bottom line, it is the right to pick which repair facility you want your vehicle fixed. That's Benedict's Auto Center at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. You can reach owner Mike Benedict at 231-613-4111.
Welcome back to Manistee. Ludington takes a 14-6 lead, the second touchdown of the game for Cam Gunsel, and he now has 107 career touchdowns as a Ludington Oriole. More importantly, his Orioles are up 14-6. Gabe Gomez, point after was good, and now Gomez will kick off to Manistee, and it's going to go into the end zone. And you just brought up an interesting point, Jamie, the total weight of our offensive line.
Yeah, so we have our 5 offensive linemen, and then on that they brought in Louis Salazar for the jumbo package, and they had another one. I couldn't see what number it was, but with the 5 offensive linemen and just Louis, not counting the 7th jumbo guy, we were at 1,353 pounds right there before we added in. And I didn't see. I'll have to get the jumbo guy of the 7th guy on the line there for the next time we do it. But that's a lot of manpower pushing people around down there, Scoop.
It definitely is. We're here under Friday Night Lights at Manistee, and now the Mariners with the ball, and Ludington flowing much better on that one to bring down Cooper Holmes. Looked like he got there first.
Yeah, Cooper Holmes, and waiting for this one to turn here. Number 6 right there is, who's number 6 for us out there tonight, Scoop?
Asher Forfinski. Good to see Asher out there. Talked to him before the ball game. He was very happy. I gave him an OSN shirt last night.
He's playing D-back right there. Is that 5? I can't see from up.
That's Kyle Hines Jr.
That's 5.
There's Davion Neal Berry, a nice little pickup there. He's got another Manistee first down. Manistee, I'll tell you what, they are moving the ball in big chunks against the Orioles. Maybe not the biggest of big chunks,
but enough to keep it going.
Enough to keep the moving the chains. Exactly. We have 10:27 to go in the second quarter. Ludington 14, Manistee 6.
Yeah, with the lights right now, Scoop, the way it is, just this shadowing up here, it's it's easier to see the Manistee numbers right now than it is the Ludington numbers.
It certainly is under these Friday night lights. Manistee a 1st and 10. Ball is at their own 33-yard line. They will give straight up the gut right there, and a nice quick hitter and a big pickup. Pickup there about 6, maybe 7.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just, you know, Ludington's going to have to battle this. They're just used to, a single back set back there, where once in a while 2-back set. But with the motion coming across and 2 or 3 running backs in the back, and, they got a lot. That defensive line and those linebackers have a lot to read in a short amount of time. And right now, Manistee's doing a good job of hiding it and moving the ball in short little chunks.
Landon Soa on that last carry gained 7, 2nd down and 3. And now on the carry, it's going to be Protasevich, and he's going to have a Manistee 1st down. You're right, Jamie. You got a good point right there. Ludington has not seen a team like Manistee that runs this offensive set.
Yeah, and I tell you, the other thing is we have a lot of size out there right now, but the Manistee running backs are small, and especially Protasevich. If you look, he's running low. He's running low to the ground. He's keeping his shoulders down, and it's hard to see him, and he just pops out between 2 guys right there.
One thing I talked to Coach Gunsel about, I said, you got the big homecoming game next week at home against the Whitehall Vikings, which very well could be for the conference championship. But I said, I know your boys are thinking Manistee. Here's a pass away, and it's going to be incomplete. Neil Berry had to get rid of that ball. He was under duress there as J.T. Shelton and also Colin Shelton. J.T. Keith and Colin Shelton both were putting Neil Berry under heavy pressure right there, and he had to get rid of it sooner than he wanted to, and the pass was overthrown. He was trying to get that ball out there to Braylon Zimmerman.
Yeah, he just put a little too much on it right there, but when you don't have time to set your feet, that's what happens. When he gets outside that pocket, that's what we have to do. We have to pressure him, and we have to make him make a mistake.
2nd down and 10 for the Mariners. Ball on their own 43-yard line. 8:40 to go in the opening quarter now. The opening half. And there's another big quick hitter right there. Cam Gunsel on the stop, but not until Soa gained about 12 or 13 on the play. He's got the ball down to the Oriole 45-yard line.
Yeah, and as you see right there, we had the Oriole defender. He thought he had the ball carrier out there on the outside, and so did most of these Manistee fans. They thought we had a tackle for a loss, and then all of a sudden the ball is 10 yards down the field again.
Got to give the quarterback a lot of credit there for the way he uses deception on those fake handoffs and the direction Manistee's using right now. It's got the Orioles a little befuddled. Okay, on the carry. Now there's a J.T. Keith on the stop. That was Braylon Zimmerman on the carry for Manistee. Got 3 yards, Keith on the stop. Bring up a 2nd and 7 for Manistee. Ludington's had the ball twice. They've scored 2 touchdowns. This is Manistee's 2nd possession. We've only got 7:41 left in the opening half.
Yeah, Manistee wants to keep it on the ground. They want to just burn that clock off and try to keep themselves in the game and hope for a mistake. And Ludington so far is playing mistake-free football. We haven't gotten any penalties, and we're just hoping to get a turnover, and then as soon as something like that happens, it changes the tide of the game, Scoop.
2nd and 7 now.
There's a fumble.
I think the Orioles have it. Let's see here. The Orioles a fumble there, and I think the Orioles have it.
There it is, Scoop.
Let's see. They have not marked it yet. And we got a Manistee player down, and it will be Oriole football, I believe. Let's see, did they officially mark it?
And that might be the quarterback, Scoop.
That could be Davion Neil Berry down there, but I never did see an official give the indication that it was Ludington football.
Defense come off.
We have 7:12 to go.
Was recovered by Ludington.
Yes, sir.
Ludington Daz recovered the fumble. So we were just talking about mistakes.
Yeah, I mean that's the game right there. And
I tell you what, I have been impressed with Manistee so far. Their first 2 offensive possessions, the way they have moved the ball down the field against the Orioles.
Yep, they've done a good job of hiding it, getting up in there, and that might be
taking a
their,
big.
There might be their quarterback down there, Scoop, but whoever it is down there, we hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah, he's getting up right. It is Davion Neal Berry who's shaken up, and Manistee, these taking up time-consuming drives, taking up big chunks of time here. And now let's see if Ludington on their third offensive possession, what they can do here. They have punched it in twice. 2 touchdown runs by their quarterback, Cam Gunsel. He now has 32 touchdowns on the season. They scored at the 7:48 mark of the first quarter, a 3-yard run by Gunsel, and at the 11:15 mark of the second quarter, a 1-yard touchdown plunge by Cam Gunsel. Here we go. Ludington 1st and 10. Ball on their own 45-yard line. 7:12 to go. Gunsel to pass. He's got all the time in the world. Now he is going to let it fly.
Wide open.
He's got a receiver breaking out there. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! Oh, my goodness!
my goodness.
That looked like Dwight Clark making the catch in the 81 NFC Championship game against the Dallas Cowboys on that pass from Joe Montana. Going up and making a spectacular catch, Taj Williams.
Well, we know Taj can jump, but I tell you what, he just out-jumped That's a 50-50 ball, and all the faith Cam had in his receiver, he was going to make that catch.
Ludington now almost had Manistee jumping right there, and now Gunsel will look over for the audible from his the offensive coordinator, the birthday boy today, Brent Gillett, Oriole offensive coordinator.
Yep, Brent's done a fantastic job this year calling plays.
All right, now we got an option. Mikey Himes he'll cut it inside. Himes, what a move. He's at the 10. He's down to the 6 before he's brought down. Mikey Himes, just incredible speed and athleticism from that young freshman.
Yeah, and right there, we had a play called, and, offensive coordinator Brent Gillett switched the play. You've seen everybody adjust and move, and he's reading the play at the line of scrimmage as well as Manistee is setting up. Read the defense. Oh, we're going to call this, and then bang, here we go.
Checking into the Oriole lineup, number 58, Sweet Louis Salazar.
Yeah, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got 1,350-something pounds on that line right now, Scoop.
All right, here comes Himes, lost it, loses it again, and now he falls on it. Mikey Himes lost the ball twice there. We're very fortunate to get it back.
Yeah.
Finally, after he bobbled it twice, he just said, okay, I'm going to recover this ball, and we're still going to have offensive possession here down inside the 10-yard line.
Right there, Mikey Himes was looking at the big hole that was available for him to run through, and sometimes you just take your eye off that football for a split second, you drop it. Got to corral it first, then hit your hole.
5:14 left in the opening half. Ludington 14, Manistee 6. The Orioles with the ball. They now have a 2nd down and goal to go. Ball is on the Manistee 9-yard line. Gunsel, he'll keep. Gunsel at the 5. Gunsel's in! Touchdown, Ludington Orioles!
There you go.
Woo! Give me one, Jamie. Woo! Ludington goes up 20-6 at the 4:51 mark of the second quarter. Gunsel, a 9-yard touchdown run, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
There you go. Looks like we were talking when they had the ball here, battling it out and until somebody makes a mistake. And so far, Manistee makes the early mistake with 2 unsportsmanlike penalties and then fumbling the football. And here we are going to hopefully a 21-6 lead.
Gomez in for the point after. The holder, Michael Wilson, good snap. And the kick is up and good.
Might hit a car over there.
Oh, yeah.
Scoop.
Boy, he kicked it across the road here.
Kicked it across.
Gomez kick is good. Ludington 21, Manistee 6, 4:51 to go in this opening half. We're going to stay right here. We're going to tell you folks about Ludington Paint and Glass. Mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street, downtown Ludington. Call LP&G at 843-8250. Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all of your projects, is proud to support Ludington Oriole Sports while being a sponsor on the Oriole Sports Network. McGee Insurance Group, they've been serving West Michigan since 1939. They provide quality insurance coverage tailored to fit your needs and budget. McGee Insurance services include auto, commercial, home, health, life, and umbrella insurance. McGee Insurance Group, 5965 West US 10, located next door to Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yuck. Call 231-845-5000. Big thank you to Manistee Athletic Director Ken Cott and the nice rolling of the red carpet out he has provided for us. Ken always does that for us, whether it's Oriole football or Oriole basketball games against his Manistee Mariners. You know, I was down to through G Park earlier today in Ludington. October 3rd, Jamie, and people were out swimming in Lake Michigan.
Wow, when it was 83 degrees out today, Scoop.
Well, it's but October 3rd.
You can't get any. Hey, I'm not going to complain.
No, that's pretty awesome.
I'd take December 3rd at 80 degrees.
All right, here's Gomez set to kick off. And he'll drive it deep, and it's going to.
That's live now.
He's got to do something. He's got to come out, and let's see if Ludington. He's got a pretty good return there. So good job by the Manistee return man.
I think he got it back to about the 18.
Yeah, and that's what Manistee will take over. Ludington up 21-6. Orioles have had the ball 3 times and they've scored 3 touchdowns. And it all started on that 4th and 6, Jamie, when Gunsel hit Kyle Himes Jr. on a 35-yard pass to keep that drive going.
Yep, and you know, and I would imagine right now, you know, like we said, the Manistee came down. They did what they wanted to do. They scored on their first possession, and then you know that. Maybe, hey, like I said, we just get that over with. Now it rekindles a fire in Manistee, you know, that they got a chance to score. And then it rekindles the fire for Ludington that, hey, that's your only one you're getting tonight, you know.
Yeah, I hear you, Jamie. Shout out to Beth Kirby. That's Coach Rich Kirby's beautiful wife. She is watching from Indiana tonight. She's down visiting her daughter Kennedy. So I told Coach Rich Kirby I would give Beth a shout out tonight in Indiana.
Oh, is that another fumble,
I believe. Let's see here.
Yeah, we got it.
The Manistee Mariners have fumbled again, and Ludington has it.
That was a big hit in there. I couldn't see who was underneath that, but
was number 1 anywhere around?
It was right in the middle, yeah.
Could have been Cooper Holmes, too. He's a ball hawk. Ludington forces another Manistee turnover, and they're sitting in the catbird seat right now, the Orioles are.
Yeah, that handoff right there, and I mean, he came up through the middle, and he met a couple of linebackers right there, and I think they just jarred that ball loose, and I didn't see who jumped on it because we just ran off with it so fast.
Orioles in week 6 of the MHSAA season have a 21-6 lead. Right now they're at the Manistee 21-yard line. Timeout called on the field. Next week, Ludington home against the Whitehall Vikings. It'll be homecoming, the Orioles and the Whitehall Vikings. Whitehall's got a pretty tough matchup tonight, as I believe they're battling Muskegon Oak Ridge, and Oak Ridge 4-1 on the year. Oak Ridge only loss coming at the hands of the Orioles. A shout out to, we already wished happy birthday wishes to Evan McKinley and Brent Gillett. And we're going to talk a bit about the JV game at halftime, as well as the Manistee moving to the Rivers Division next season. And Hart will be moving up into the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Okay, Ludington up 21-6. And we want to thank Urca Auto Center. They are founded on trust, integrity, and respect. We are proud to offer these values in our sales and business practices so our customers keep returning. The vehicles on our lot have the best prices and quality in the area, so come by and see us today. The Urca family has been selling vehicles in Mason County for 4 generations. Urca Auto Center, 3736 West US 10. Call 845-6282. Ludington with the ball. And a 21-6 lead. Gunsel, he will, little pop pass there, and it's broke open. There goes Himes. He's in! A 21-yard touchdown pass.
Right up the middle.
Yep.
Untouched.
At the 4:32 mark. And Mikey Himes, that's going to count as a 21-yard touchdown pass from Gunsel to Himes. And the Orioles have taken a 27-6 lead. Gomez in for the point after.
Well, better move that car over there,
yeah.
Scoop.
Wilson is the holder. The long snapper, I believe is, let's see here. There's the kick, and it's no good. So with
a little bit of a low snap there.
He kind of shanked it left right there. And Ludington up 27-6, 4:32 to go in the opening half. Folks, North Star Chiropractic prides itself on taking care of Oriole athletes of all ages. The team at North Star Chiropractic is dedicated to helping Orioles prevent injuries, recover faster, and improve their overall performance. North Star's expert chiropractors understand the unique needs of athletes and use cutting-edge techniques to ensure a pain-free performance. At North Star Chiropractic, Oriole performance is our priority. That's North Star Chiropractic, 311 South Rath Avenue. Call 231-843-8200. Bob's Roofing Company is your reliable roofing partner with over 50 years of experience using only the finest quality materials, licensed and insured in commercial, industrial, and residential roofing. We've got you covered. Call us today and schedule your free estimate, 877-641-2627. Mike Mesher's your local salesman. So the Orioles have turned 2 Manistee turnovers into 13 points, Jamie.
In a matter of about a minute and 20 seconds or so?
They actually, they scored on a 9-yard touchdown run by Gunsel at the 4:51 mark, and then a 21-yard pass from Gunsel to Mikey Himes at the 4:32 mark. So a matter of about
32.
Well, actually less than that.
My math.
19 seconds.
19 seconds. Woo.
Yes.
Well, I guess it was. Right after that kick return, the next play was a fumble.
Yep. Congratulations to Matthew Big Country Westhouse and his beautiful bride, Sophia. Her maiden name was Sarto, Sophia Sarto. They were married this past Saturday at beautiful Crystal Mountain. And Big Country's grandpa was the officiated it, and it was a beautiful ceremony. There's a nice tackle on the kickoff, and my lovely bride and I were fortunate enough at the reception to sit next to Coach Shank and his lovely wife, Jennifer.
I seen all you guys.
And Coach Shank, the basketball team, Westy, they all wanted to come out and lead them in the hokey pokey, which Coach did.
I seen that. Yep. Big Westy. I couldn't make it to Big Westy's wedding there because my daughter got married on the same exact day, so I was busy myself. So congratulations to Westy and his wife Sophia, and then to my daughter Amaya and her new husband Keith Gill.
That's Amaya, your beautiful daughter, and now she's a new bride.
She's a new bride.
Okay.
Yep.
We have 4:25 to go in the opening half. Ludington 27, Manistee 6. And now we have not much right there. Ludington's really teeing off right now, Jamie.
Yep. They just needed some time to figure out how to read that ball, and I'm sure defensive coordinator is over there, was working on that with them in between, and it's really shown in the last couple possessions.
Got to give some love to the Orioles tripod. I believe that's Colin Shelton is the long snapper. It's either him or one of the Sloans for the first half.
And then Jackson Haney does it too, right?
In the second half, Jackson Haney's a long snapper.
Yeah.
Michael Wilson, the holder, and of course the kicker, Gabe Gomez. Let's give the tripod some love. Okay, 3:40 to go, opening half. Ludington up 27-6, and now here with the ball. Manistee does so good at carrying out those fakes.
Yeah.
Right there, and let's see, that was Protasevich on the carry. And looked like Cam Gunsel came up there, and there was quite a collision.
Yeah, Protasevich is feeling it a little bit right now, Scoop. But, Protasevich really has been Manistee's, majority of his Manistee's offense right here.
Yep.
Kid runs real hard, and he gets up there and hits the hole. But I tell you what, he took a pop right there.
Again, Ludington and Manistee, they've met 148 times. This is the 148th meeting tonight. Ludington leads the overall series 71-65 with 11 games ending in ties. Big shout out to Granny Bennett Buck, who's watching tonight on the OSN. Big Oriole fan. Thanks for tuning in, Granny Bennett Buck. Here's a run here and trying to get outside. Ludington does a great job of streaming that play out right there. That was Braylon Zimmerman on the run. And Ludington, nice job of flowing to the ball and not letting him get much.
And I'm trying to see, Scoop, who's actually in at quarterback right now. Neil Berry is not in.
Yeah.
I'm looking, it looks to be, is that 37? I can't see it. It's really hard to read right there. He's taking the plays under center. Looks like it ends in a 7, but I can't see. Well, as soon as we can get a better look at this, they're going to call timeout and bring them to the sideline. Then we might be able to get a better look.
And it looks like that could be 24. Hoyt
might be Hoyt
Edmondson, I believe, is in at quarterback for Manistee right now. Yes. Okay, we have a timeout on the field. Ludington up 27-6, 2:49 to go until halftime. We want to thank Lenz Balder Insurance in Ludington. They're your local agency that gets it right the first time with a reputation built on knowledge, speed, and accuracy. They help individuals and businesses find coverage that truly fits. As an independent agency, Lenz Balder compares top carriers to find the best protection for your home, car, or your business so you don't have to. From personalized service to peace of mind, Lenz Balder delivers more than insurance. They deliver confidence. And Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yuck have been serving the chiropractic needs of Ludington and the surrounding communities for more than 30 years. At Ludington Chiropractic, no appointment is necessary as it is strictly a walk-in clinic. That's Dr. Mark Yuck at Ludington Chiropractic, 5965 East Ludington Avenue. For questions, call 231-843-1874. All right, Manistee facing a 2nd and 8. Ball is on their own 30-yard line, 2:49 to go in the opening half. They got a receiver breaking. He's open out here. It's going to be intercepted.
Oh, Mikey Himes.
It's an interception.
No.
Yes, it is. Mikey Himes. Manistee had a receiver open, and Himes, I'll tell you, my goodness, as Dick Enberg used to say, the closing speed there of Mikey Himes, oh my.
There's somebody that's going to be a little upset with him, and that's his brother Messiah, because he didn't see Messiah standing back there waiting to intercept it, and Mikey just came right in front of him. And hey, you got to make the play.
Messiah is our interception leader on the year with 4, and that's Mikey. I believe that's his first interception of the year.
Yeah, that was a very nice play.
Yep,
and also what caused that was the pressure by the Ludington defense on the quarterback right there, Hoyt Edmondson.
Gunsel also has an interception this year, as does J.T. Keith. Those are your interceptions on defense for the Orioles. Ludington a 1st and 10, ball on their own 47. Gunsel, he's at the 40, the 35, Scoop. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, and now he's driven out of bounds.
Nice run right there. Look at the wide receivers. Yep. I mean, you got Brody Jones down there blocking and leading the way, and then you had Kyle Himes Jr. You know, Brody and Kyle sprung that run right there. Good job by both those receivers.
Gunsel gets the ball all the way down to the Manistee 19-yard line before he was driven out of bounds there by Wyatt Protasevich. We have 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in this opening half. Ludington 27, Manistee 6.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised right here, Scoop. You know, you got those nice plays right there. Your receivers are blocking. You spring your quarterback for a nice long run, and then I'd like to see the offensive coordinator come back here and give one of those receivers a little bone. Another touchdown right here.
I'd like to send a shout out to Kurt, who works at Lakeshore Motor and Sports. So Kurt there, big Oriole fan. There's a Gunsel, touchdown Ludington. A 19-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel.
Right up the middle, untouched.
At the 2:25 mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, right now that, you take out Louis Salazar when they run the jumbo, and that takes out 350 pounds. So you still got 1,000 pounds of muscle down there on that offensive line, Scoop. And they're just moving people right now. And right now, Manistee's wearing down quick.
Gomez into attempt to point after. Michael Wilson is the holder. Again, the long snapper. You see that's 50. I believe that's Colin Shelton. Let's try to get a number on the snapper there, Jamie. I know it'll be Haney in the second half. Here's the kick. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 2:25 to go in this opening half, Ludington 34, Manistee 6. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Manistee had cut the score to 1 point, 7-6, and since then they've had a couple turnovers, and Ludington has 3 turnovers to be exact. And Ludington's taken advantage of every one of them.
They sure have. They sure have, Scoop, and that's what they're supposed to do. But all of a sudden right here, both teams are leaving the field, and the official throws the flag up on the air, and now he runs over and he's talking to Coach Gunsel. So I don't know if we're going to get an excessive celebration here, but how would you do that off an extra point kick? I'm not real sure what happened out there.
And again, we think that the
dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, Ludington. Well, then now we got one, and I'm sure Charlie's not happy about that. How do you get one of those on an extra point attempt? That's probably what he's more mad about.
Yeah. All right, so again, a shout out to Kurt at Lakeshore Motor Sales and Service. That's where the 102.7 WMOM Hummer is kept.
Okay.
So Kurt, a big fan, he said he'd be tuned in tonight. He said I'd give him a shout out last week, and I was a little delinquent in my duties at Montague last Friday. Ludington up 34-6 right now, and we have 2:25 to go in this opening half. A big shout out to Bob's Roofing Company. They're your reliable roofing partner with over 50 years of experience, using only the finest quality materials. Licensed and insured in commercial, industrial, and residential roofing. We've got you covered. Call us today and schedule your free estimate at 877-641-2627. Mike Mesher is your local salesman. Ludington will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, we got to keep up on those wonderful sponsors of ours. I don't need Coach Schenk getting after me for letting you talk too long.
Hey, you don't. You talk too long. You worry about yourself. You're going to be in just as hot water as I'll be in more hot water than you.
Oh, I know it. I know it. He's after both of us. I know.
Okay, so Ludington has kicked off. Goes on about the 20, and here comes Manistee out to the 30. They're at the 35, and now the tackle made there by the Orioles, number 25 on the stop, and that was 25.
I don't think they have it.
Yeah. You know what?
It might have been 24.
Well, it could have been, or it could have been. It could have been Braden Tyndall as well.
Yeah.
It may very well have been Braden Tyndall who wore 25 early in the year. And if he is wearing 25, that was him on the tackle on the kickoff right there.
Gotcha.
Manistee will take over 1st and 10, and the ball is at their own 37-yard line. 2:17 to go in the opening half. The Orioles 34, the Mariners 6. Ludington, there's a run that gains about 6, maybe 7. Protasevich on the carry.
Yeah, we might have to start bringing some binoculars for these when you get these lights like this, Scoop. It's hard to see both teams right now.
Yeah, it is not the easiest from our position on top of the press box here at Manistee.
At a high angle up here, but beautiful view, but hard to see the numbers.
You know, I think they should make a rule next year that high school players have to wear fluorescent numbers.
Just for us.
2nd down and 3 for the Mariners. And
fumble!
Another fumble. Are you gotta be kidding me? Ludington has forced another fumble.
Who's on that one now?
It looks like that's Sweet Louis Salazar. Sweet Louis Salazar.
Look at him,
Is
Scoop.
he happy or is he happy? Oh, Sweet Louis Salazar on the fumble recovery there. Big number 58.
Yeah, he might have forced it in. And
he's got a pretty good idol right there. He's wearing 58 because of Panay Sewell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ludington forces another Manistee turnover. That is at least the 4th turnover in this first half by the Mariners.
Right after we were talking about, somebody's going to make a mistake and open up the floodgates, and it's happened.
Ludington has the ball at the Mariner 43-yard line. Gunsel back under heavy duress. They got the screen set up to Himes. Himes is going to be dropped, though, and he'll be dropped at about the 37-yard line.
Looks like we're going to go hurry up
Manistee.
Right here,
Yep. We got 1:27 left in this opening half. Orioles up 34-6.
Yeah. You got Brody Jones and Taj Williams on this side, and you got Mikey Himes and Kyle Himes on the opposite side.
Gunsel all day to pass. All day to pass. And the pass is overthrown. He had Taj Williams open right there. Just a little too much zip on that ball right there.
Yeah, the good thing about this advantage from up here is you can see the routes happening, and we ran a double cross route, one on each side of the field, and all 4 receivers were open. Just a little too much mustard on it that time.
You can see everything very, very good up here, except for the numbers on the players' jerseys.
Exactly.
1:22 left in the opening half. Ludington 34, Manistee 6. Next week, Orioles will be home for homecoming against the Whitehall Vikings. What could come down as the battle for the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division Championship. Gunsel on the carry. Gunsel still going forward. He's got a first down. Cam Gunsel, great second effort right there.
Real quick here, we'll do Indian Summer Co-op here. Indian Summer is proud to be a sponsor of the Orioles Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. That's Indian Summer Co-op.
Gunsel now, quick hitter right there, and it's caught. Good job there by, I believe that was Taj Williams. Let's see.
Gunsel's pass.
And we're on the hurry up still. The clock's running.
Yeah, that might have been Himes.
Pickup of 7 on the play.
That could have been, well, it was either.
I think it was Kyle Himes Jr.
Yeah, I think it was number 5, Kyle Himes Jr. And they're going to go right back to him. He's got it, and he's out of bounds.
Good play.
Boy, Kyle Himes Jr. such good hands. I mean, all of these Oriole receivers have great hands. Let's see, is that 5 or is that 0? That looks.
Yeah, usually Taj is lined up on the left side. Kyle's on the right, so it should be Kyle over there.
First down and 10 for the Ludington Orioles. Ball is at the Manistee 24-yard line. 38 seconds remaining in the opening half.
On the near side here, we have Brody Jones and Taj Williams. On the far side, Mikey Himes and Kyle Himes.
And there goes Mikey Himes in motion.
And he's
Gunsel's going to the end zone, and it's going to be picked.
Oh!
It's picked off. That's the second pick of the year. Gunsel's intercepted for the second time. Great job by Zimmerman.
Yeah, they went to the well one too many times there, Scoop.
Yeah, he was watching. Cam usually won't watch a receiver like that, but he was locked on to his receiver right there, and the pass is picked off by Zimmerman, and Manistee will have it now. 1st and 10. The ball will be at the Manistee 19-yard line, I believe. 25 seconds to go in this opening half. The Orioles up 34-6. The Orioles' first turnover of the ball game. And only Gunsel's second pass that's been intercepted this year.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants that one back, but like you said, he stared him down. You know, Kyle's got the speed over there, but the safety Zimmerman just did a good job. He's like, if you're going to throw it again, I'm going to go get it.
Here we go now. 25 seconds to go in this opening half, and on the carry there looked to be Zimmerman. Himes on the tackle there.
We should have, well, they stopped the clock there. What do we got going on?
I don't know, was that 5 or 9 on the carry? I thought that was 9. Zimmerman.
11 on the play, going to bring up a first down.
Okay.
For the Mariners.
13 seconds remaining in the opening half. Ludington 34, Manistee 6. Again, the 148th meeting between the two schools. Ludington trying to improve to 6-0 on the season, trying to move to 4-0 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. And again, Whitehall, big game tonight against Muskegon Oak Ridge. They're having a little bit of a conversation right now. And let's see here. They're going to wind the clock. Yes, they do. It's at 18 seconds, actually. Now the clock has started. 1st and 10 for Manistee. Ball is at their own 29-yard line. And they'll give now. And Edmondson. Yep, that's it. That's the end of the first half. Your score here from Manistee, the Ludington Orioles 34, the Manistee Mariners 6. You are watching and listening to the Orioles Sports Network, a bird's eye view of local sports, and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Welcome to House of Flavors, Michigan's largest ice cream producer. But we're more than just ice cream. We exist to make ice cream, feed people, and make our world a better place. We donate 25% of all profits to charity annually. You heard that right. We are dedicated, innovative, adaptable. Come join our team. We are looking for amazing people to join our team in maintenance, operations, palletizing, warehouse, CDL drivers. We provide career development opportunities, year-round stability, competitive wages, health insurance, 401k retirement, bonuses, profit sharing, and free ice cream. Join us to make ice cream and make a difference. Find your career today at houseofflavors.com/careers.
Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance. Since 1902, Smith & Eddy Insurance has been building relationships and providing insurance solutions as the area's largest independent agency. Here at Smith & Eddy Insurance, in partnership with Auto Owners, we offer the most experienced staff, the widest array of policies, and we have partnered with Auto Owners Insurance to provide exceptional solutions for our customers. With new technology and an old-school philosophy, our team is committed to delivering a winning customer experience by placing the right people in the right roles. Proudly serving all of West Michigan from our 4 convenient locations in Bear Lake, Scottville, Manistee, and in Hart, Smith & Eddy and Auto Owners remains deeply committed to the communities we serve and dedicated to meeting your insurance needs. Smith & Eddy Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance.
Of the Mariners 34-6 at the half. It is homecoming here at Manistee, week 6 of the MHSAA season. Next week, the Orioles home against Whitehall. The Orioles will be playing in their homecoming game next Friday against the Whitehall Vikings. This first half has been a tale of a lot of turnovers by Manistee. In fact, they had, I believe, four or five. They had
4 turnovers, 4 fumbles.
3 fumbles and 1 interception.
Yes, you're correct.
Ludington had 1 interception, but Ludington also scored on pretty much every possession they had except for the one where Gunsel got picked off there near the end of the first half. And we got a number of things to talk about at this halftime. We'll give the scoring summary here in a bit. But first, we want to thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union. And also a shout out to Indian Summer Co-op. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Orioles Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. With Ludington up 34-6, we're going to step aside and listen to the interview I did recently with Ludington Oriole Connor Shaney. Stay tuned, Oriole Nation. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the Indian Summer. Ludington Oriole player in a spotlight for tonight's game against the Orioles' arch rival, the Mariners of Manistee, and that player is Connor Shaney. Connor is a senior. He wears jersey number 53. He plays left tackle on offense and defensive tackle on defense. Now, Connor, your favorite thing about being a football player for the Ludington Orioles?
Favorite thing about being a player here, I mean, it's the linemen, man. I mean, that group, I've been a lineman all 4 years, and I just love it, the chemistry in that room, and it can't be matched. You know, we all meet up in the weight room, and it's just great. The energy they bring, it's just unmatched, man. Nothing like it.
Nothing like Friday night lights with your buddies out there, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys are a tight, cohesive unit. I mean, that offensive line, I can't sing your guys' praises enough. I mean, it's so much fun watching you play. And the time that you give Cam to pass in the pocket, I mean, he's got all day back in the pocket. And your running backs, when they're running too, or when Cam's running, or when Mikey's running, or Asher, I mean, the holes that you guys create, very impressive.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the guys in the backfield this year running. You know, they compliment us too. Mm-hmm. And that's also something that brings us together more is nothing goes unnoticed. Yeah. All the hard work and dedication, it's noticed, man. Yeah.
Strongest or best trait about the way that you play the game?
The way I play the game, I feel like I am a little bit smaller for the positions I play, so the technique is really the thing that propels me a little more, and that's the thing that I got to kind of lean on sometimes.
Well, you definitely got that technique down. You're quick, and you've had a really, really good season. You guys are 5-0.
Yeah.
Coming into this year, did you guys anticipate having a special year like this?
We always knew that, especially the senior class is special, man. I was going to the 7-on-7s, you know, saw the way plays, you know, like Mikey was making plays, Buddha, and all of them, and it really clocked me there where I was like, wow, this year is definitely going to be a special one.
And it definitely has. 5-0 going into tonight's game for the Dad's Traveling Trophy against the Mariners.
Yep.
Team strengths and goals this year.
Well, team strengths, I mean, the interview might be 20 minutes, man. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, man. You know, Cameron, obviously. Yeah, he's a unit back there. Walt, you know, he's an immovable object. He can't. He's huge. Secondary's making plays. It's just all around.
Well, you know, Connor, you guys take care of business. No doubt you're taking care of business, but you're also, you can tell you're having a blast out there and having the time of your lives, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these guys I grew up with, and, you know, it's fun when you're winning games.
Yeah, yeah. Favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie is probably Rudy.
One of my all-time favorites as well.
You just can't beat it, you know. I mean, tear up every time I watch it. You know?
Yeah, very moving movie. Yeah, very inspirational. Your favorite music that you listen to?
Favorite music I listen to? I'm more of a slow music type of guy. I'm more of a soul R&B type of guy. You know, some people might not expect it, but that's kind of what I drive to.
You ever listen to Barry White?
Barry White, that's an oldie, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
I'm with the new. I'm a new gen type of guy.
You have to check out Barry White sometime, Connor.
Will do.
Okay. Favorite dish that Mom makes for you and your family?
Favorite dish she makes, probably the meatloaf. You know, I mean, every dish she makes is pretty good, but that meatloaf, it's unmatched.
Good rib sticking food, right?
Tell me about it, man. Oh.
Comfort food.
Yep.
Your favorite restaurant in Ludington?
Favorite restaurant in Ludington, probably Cafe 106. I've been getting the same thing there for probably about 3 years.
Okay. And that is?
Chicken Club Panini, man.
Okay.
Just can't beat it.
All
so,
right.
You know, it's that, you know, sitting down, waking up at 11 a.m. And getting, you know, quote unquote breakfast. You know, it's so good. I love it.
Your favorite class and teacher at LHS?
Favorite class and teacher? It's a hard. I'll probably go with Leduc and home technology. You know, we just talked about football the whole hour, so that's pretty much why.
Now, I know you have high regard for head coach Charlie Gunsel, but talk a little bit about your line coach, Mike Nichols.
I mean, he's just a great guy, you know, and you know, if you mess up, he'll hear you out. You know, you tell him, oh, I saw this guy coming down, so I had to pick him up. He understands it. And, again, he's just a great guy, really funny guy. You just joke around with him. It's a lot of fun over there.
Your hobbies?
Hobbies, I golf.
Okay.
I golf a lot. I snowboard. Right. It's one of my favorite things. Coming up on that, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Your plans for winter and spring sports at LHS?
Winter, you know, I plan to be in that weight room.
Okay.
Again. Then just snowboarding. And then for spring, I'm going back to golf, man.
Okay.
I love the course.
Okay, you're going to be on the LHS golf team.
You know?
All right. College plans?
College plans. So I'm planning on going to trade school up in Alpena to be a lineman. And that's what I hope to pursue. Yeah.
Do you know Travis Tyndall?
Yes, I do.
Good guy. Yeah, he's a lineman.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Where do you hope to be, and what do you hope to be doing in 10 years, Connor?
In 10 years, I hope to be around Michigan. You know, working on the line pools. Maybe you know, settled down, nice family, you know, all that, and just having a good time.
All right. And your role model?
Role model, definitely my dad. Man, I've looked up to him since I was, you know, born, obviously.
Okay.
And he, you know, I'd be lucky to be half the man he is, you know. Love that guy.
High praise for Pops.
Yes. You know it, man. You know it.
Anyone watching or listening to tonight's live stream telecast on 102.7 WMOM and the OSN that you'd like to send a shout out to?
Got a few. My Uncle John, obviously my dad, Eric Shaney, Aubrey Spiker, Grandma Millspaw, and Ryan Millspaw. All those.
All right, Connor, thanks on being the Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight for tonight's big game against the Manistee Mariners. All the best to you and all the best to the O's the rest of this gridiron season. Keep up the superb and outstanding play, and go O's.
Go O's.
Welcome back to Manistee. A lot of fun there. I've had a lot of fun interviewing all of the Indian Summer Ludington Oriole players in the spotlight this week, beginning with Cam, and then we had Walt Autry. We've also had Zach Graham. We've had Cooper Holmes. We've had Colin Shelton, and now Connor Shaney. All of them just great young men, besides being fantastic football players, and they're quality human beings.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of fun talking there with Connor this past week.
You know, I mean, we say it over and over, Scoop, you know, how fortunate it is for our student athletes to have a thing like the Oriole Sport Network, you know, and have someone like you and who gets to come in and interview them. Like, you know, most kids never get that opportunity ever in their lifetime, you know, maybe if they make it on to college and stuff, but to have that, you know, they look forward to it and all the sports that we cover, and that's just a cool thing, you know.
Well, I tell the kids come up there, so I feel so honored to be interviewed by the OSN, Scoop. And I'm like, no, the honor's on the OSN and me to meet you and do an interview with you. You know, I'm getting just as much out of it, not more, than what these fine young men and the fine young ladies that I interview during basketball season for Ludington basketball as well. Hey, we'd like to send a shout out. I sent a shout out earlier to Kurt at Lakeshore Motors Sales and Service. I'd like to send a shout out to Ryan also, who works out there at Lakeshore Motor Sales and Service. Also a shout out to McCoy Landis, who's a big Oriole fan. In fact, he was one of the Oriole managers / ball boys last year for the Ludington varsity basketball team, along with John Stowe's youngest son.
Yep, Soldier
Stowe. Yeah, that's right. Hey, right now we're going to give the scoring summary before we talk about the JV game from last night, and then also about Manistee and Hart's move next year.
Okay.
From the one team is moving to the lakes, one team is moving to the rivers. We'll get to that in a moment. First things first, though, here is your scoring summary. Ludington got on the board on their first offensive possession, which was greatly aided after a 4th and 6 was converted on a 35-yard reception from Gunsel to Kyle Himes Jr. They score at the 7:48 mark of the first quarter on a 3-yard touchdown run by Gunsel. Gabe Gomez point after was good. Gave Ludington a 7-0 lead, the 7:48 mark of the first quarter. Manistee then took the ball on a very time-consuming drive, and they scored on a 7-yard touchdown run by Wyatt Protasevich. The 2-point attempt to run failed by Davion Neal Berry. Ludington then led 7-6. That was the scoring in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Orioles jumped back on top, added to their lead, I should say. They were up 7-6. They added to their lead at the 11:15 mark on a 1-yard touchdown run by Gunsel. The point after by Gomez was good. That gave the Orioles a 14-6 lead. Then with 4:51 to go in the second quarter, a 9-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel. Point after by Gomez, again good. Ludington 21, Manistee 6. Then, just 19 seconds later, a 21-yard pass from quarterback Cam Gunsel to tailback Mikey Himes. Point after was no good. It was wide left. Ludington then led 27-6, and with just 2:25 to go in the second quarter, a 19-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel. Point after good by Gomez. That's where we stand right now. Ludington 34, Manistee 6. Jamie, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, you know, came out in the first quarter right there. Like we said, it was a rival game, and Ludington did what they wanted to do. They scored. Manistee did what they wanted to do. They scored. And then as we were talking, you know, this is going to be who makes the first mistake, and then it just happened. Mistake. And, you know, Ludington took advantage. And then to end the second half on a high note for Manistee, they go out and intercept Cam Gunsel's potential touchdown pass to stop another score, to, you know, take a little bit of momentum for themselves. Hey, we got to stop into halftime, and you know, here we are, 34-6. Good half of football. There's probably some things that Coach Gunsel would like to clean up that happened out there, but we're seeing some good stuff. Louis Salazar getting in there. You know, overall, a good first half for Ludington football.
And Ludington will kick off to Manistee to begin the second half. Again, it is halftime, or it is homecoming here at Manistee. And we did get a report. Nick Wysong, our technical engineer, let me know that at the half, we have a score. The Whitehall Vikings 13, the Muskegon Oak Ridge Eagles nothing. That's at the half. Whitehall up 13-0. Next Friday, homecoming for Ludington at Oriole Field. They take on the Whitehall Vikings in what could be the game for all the marbles in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division.
Yep, very well be, you know. and I'm sure the boys will be thinking about that come tomorrow, but they got something else to worry about here the second half of this football game. But you're definitely right, Scoop. Next week's another big ball game, but let's see them take care of business here first tonight, and you just never know what's going to happen for Whitehall over there in the other second half.
Exactly. What a night for high school football. October
Beautiful.
3rd, week 6. We're on top of the press box here at Manistee. We've got a beautiful breeze, but it's a nice warm breeze, and boy, oh boy, you couldn't ask for a better night. In fact, we've had a great season so far. 6 weeks of beautiful football, of Michigan high school football. Hey, speaking of beautiful Michigan high school football, our JV team, coached by Rich Kirby, I've got a report from him. He said in Thursday night football action yesterday, it was a tale of two halves. The Orioles prevailed 35-0. Leading rushers in the first half were Asher Forfinski with 93 yards on 4 carries. That's a pretty good average.
Yes, sir.
Andrew Busan, 71 yards on 3 carries. That's a pretty good average. Jace Hodges, 36 yards on 1 carry. That's a pretty good average, too. Leading tacklers were spread around, but Jackson Haney, Finn Flannery, Chase Gable, and Jace Hodges each recorded 4. Owen Young and Asher Forfinski each earned 3 tackles as well. The JV squad played the first half and scored 4 touchdowns. Asher Forfinski started it off with a 2-yard touchdown run, while Andrew Busan earned touchdown runs of 30 and 35 yards. Late in the second quarter, Asher Forfinski returned a punt for a score as well. Bryce Buck earned a pick, putting the Orioles ahead in the turnover column. The tripod of Haney, Sloan, and Forfinski is still perfect. And then Coach said, I got more coming, Scoop. He goes, in the second half, the freshman team took over and did a great job of shutting down Manistee's offense. Tackles were pretty evenly dispersed, with Braden Tyndall, Cole Hansen, and Aiden Sutton leading the way with 4 each. Freshman Julian Valeda scored the lone touchdown by recovering a bad Manistee snap in the end zone for a score. It was a great day and evening to be an Oriole. I think it's a great day and evening. It's a great time to be an Oriole, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. But congrats to Coach Rich Kirby, Coach Will Gunsel, and both the JV and the freshman Ludington football teams.
Yeah, that would have been something fun to watch. So my question would be did Coach Kirby coach the first half and Coach Wilson Gunsel coach the second half? I'm sure they both helped each other, but what a great thing there. And Coach Wilson Gunsel there, I'm happy for him. I started coaching him in basketball when he was a freshman, and the tides have turned for him, and now he's getting a chance to be a coach, and that's a pretty cool thing, Scoop. Just tradition never graduates, man.
Exactly.
Tradition never graduates.
No doubt about that. Coach Charlie Gunsel came into tonight's game with an overall coaching record at Ludington of 98 wins, 101 losses. Be pretty sweet. We have a great second half here. Win tonight's game for win number 99, and then next week, homecoming game against Whitehall. Wouldn't that be sweet for victory number 100?
Yeah. We might have to have something special waiting up there for that.
No doubt about it. Hey, Jamie, let's talk a bit before we break here for commercial about the fact that Manistee will be remaining in the West Michigan Conference, but they're moving divisions. They're going to be moving down, I shouldn't say down, laterally, over. Let's use the term over.
Yep.
They're going to be moving over to the West Michigan Conference Rivers, which is the smaller schools in the West Michigan Conference. Hart will be moving over from the Rivers to the Lakes.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, I talked to Coach Guntzel a little bit about this yesterday. He's like, Scoop, we may have to give up both Mason County Central and Manistee next year. We're not sure what's going to happen, but I'm sure if that were to happen, the community loves that. They play Mason County Central for the Lumberman's Trophy. They play Manistee for the Dad's Traveling Trophy.
Yeah.
But the rivalry with Manistee goes much, much deeper and goes way back farther. And again, tonight's the 148th meeting. But your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I would say, most of the moves are probably because of numbers. Hart's getting more students, Manistee's getting less.
Yes.
So it makes sense to make the move. Hey, we'll go to the bigger side of the schools division. We'll go to the smaller. But at the same time, it's nice to play our rivals right next door of Mason County Central, but Manistee and Ludington have been playing for 148 years or 148 times. 148 times.
They started in 1895.
Well, once a year, so I guess it would be almost.
Well, there were years where they played twice.
Yeah, where they play. Yeah, so playoffs and stuff. So, anyways, the point is, when you've played 148 times, and as you mentioned earlier, there's one school that they've played 150, but they're not playing this year because they moved to a
Negaunee and Ishpeming.
Negaunee, Ishpeming. One of them's moving to 8-man football. So, you think about it, it's like, well, we've been playing 148 times. We cannot give that up.
And even though Manistee and Mason County Central are both Division 6 and Ludington's Division 4, you still want that Ludington-Manistee rivalry right there.
There's always, you always keep your rivals. Even in college, they still keep a rival game, So I would say, this tradition has to keep going, Ludington versus Manistee, not only just because it's been 148 times, but I think Manistee and Ludington would love to be the all-time record holder of the team that played the most times. If you ask both athletic directors or both, I guess they would be the ones in charge of making that schedule. Yeah. So I would say both athletic directors would probably want to keep that game on the schedule, and I think it should be.
Well, we'll see. Time will tell on that. Coach Gunsel said also the fact that this is his last year coaching, and but as he said, he would like that way. That would stay that way too. You've also got points for the playoffs. Yep. When you got a Division 6 school, you're playing, and that doesn't, you got to play.
Help the playoffs. Yeah. And then, like right now, we're playing this game where if we're playing one, we could get more points, but at the same time, sometimes it is what it is. Do we give up a couple points to have a better playoff shot, or do we keep a rival? It is. It's something that should be talked about. I'm sure they're going to do an extensive research behind it and make sure they make the right decision for both schools.
Exactly.
And that's what matters. I don't know if it's playoff points and all that. It's going to be what matters for both schools. Yeah. But like right now, I'm sure whoever Big Rapids is playing tonight, if we can run the table, you get points, but it comes down to is, are we going to get to host the game? Do we got to go to Big Rapids again?
Or maybe go to Escanaba?
Or do we got to go all the way up to Escanaba? Do they got to go? So the point, we just got to take this half, get through this game, and then the next game, and then just got to do one game at a time, hopefully run the table, and then see where we end up.
And I'm sure there'll be a lot of dialogue between Manistee's athletic director, Ken Codd, and Ludington's athletic director, Greg Piscadden, on this. Good talk, good conversation there,
exactly.
Jamie. Right now, we're going to step aside. When we return, more of the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show here on 102.7 WMOM and the Orioles Sports Network.
Safe Harbor Credit Union is your premier choice for all your banking needs. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, our members always come first. You're not just a member, you're family. This is Adam Johnson, President and CEO of Safe Harbor Credit Union and proud former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're thrilled to once again be the premier halftime sponsor for the Orioles Sports Network. If you haven't yet experienced the Safe Harbor Credit Union difference, now is the perfect time to make the switch. We cherish our relationships with our members and our community student athletes. You'll find us in the stands cheering for that next Oriole win and in local classrooms teaching financial literacy. We believe in being the local financial institution that you can trust with all your banking needs. When you invest with us, your money stays local, and local decision-making ensures that your needs are our top priority. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Come visit us at our new location at 5511 US 10 here in Ludington. We can't wait to welcome you into our family at Safe Harbor Credit Union.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Ludington leading their arch rivals, the Manistee Mariners, 34-6 at the half as the Orioles try for their 6th straight win of the year and their 4th straight conference win. Last report we got, Whitehall was defeating Muskegon Oak Ridge at the half, 13-0. And now we want to give some love to some more of our sponsors.
Yeah, Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 1940s. Benedict's Auto Center would like to remind you to exercise extra caution on the road. But if you do end with a scrape and a fender bender or with a major collision damage, call Mike at 231-613-4111. Mike also reminds you that it is your choice when it comes to selecting a car repair business and that you can go where you desire to have your vehicle repaired. Benedict's Auto Center, now located at their new location at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. Also, Ludington Paint and Glass. Ludington Paint and Glass, mixing paint and service since 1948. the local store with more, located at 213 South James Street in downtown Ludington. Call LP&G at 843-8250. Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all your projects, is proud to support Ludington Orioles sports while being a sponsor on the Orioles Sports Network. And McGee Insurance Group. The McGee Insurance Group have been serving West Michigan since 1939. They provide quality insurance covered, tailored to fit your needs and your budget. McGee Insurance services include auto, commercial, home, health, life, and umbrella insurance. McGee Insurance Group, 5965 West US 10, located next door to Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yeck. Call 231-845-5000, McGee Insurance Group.
All right, we're back here at Manistee. The halftime's homecoming ceremony just ended. And Manistee has crowned its new queen and king.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have about a 2-minute and 50-second warm-up period.
And we have a football player, Landon Soa, we know has been crowned as the king.
Yep, number 5.
Number 5, and we're not sure on the young lady's name who was crowned queen, but congratulations to those two fine young high schoolers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
here
sir.
At Manistee High School.
So it's an honor. Most kids like that king and queen thing, to get a chance to do that. And you see all the girls down here celebrating with the new queen, and of course Landon can't celebrate. He's got to go back and get warmed up here and get ready for a second half of football.
He does. We want to let all the Oriole Nation fans out there know. Make sure you check out the OSN page. Later tonight we'll have the scoring summary. We'll also have the stats up there. If we get them from Coach Gunsel as quickly as we got them last week, that would be awesome. And we'll have the scores of interest up there as well. Now, Ludington, week 7, they'll be home. It'll be homecoming, and they will host the Whitehall Vikings in what we hope will be a battle for the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division Championship. And then week 8, Ludington will be at Muskegon Orchard View to take on the Cardinals. And week 9, Ludington will close out its regular season at home against the Howard City Tri-County Vikings. That'll be on October 24th. So next week, October 10th, at home against Whitehall. The 17th of October at Muskegon Orchard View. The 24th of October home against Howard City Tri-County. And then the following week, the Orioles keep playing like they're playing a homecoming date. Let's hope they're hosting at least one playoff game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think I'm with you next week versus Whitehall. And then I'm with you for the final against the Howard City Tri-County.
Means LHS Athletic Director Greg Piscod now more than likely be with me at Muskegon Orchard View.
Yeah. My question is here, Scoop, is after the game, do you think Coach Gunsel's going to climb that ladder to come up here?
I'll tell you what, last week at Montague, and Montague has quite a high...
Ooh, that was a ladder, I tell you.
Montague has quite a high bleachers as well. I mean, Manistee and Montague have a thing in common right there. One of the most unique press boxes I've ever been to has been the one at Howard City Tri-County. For you folks out there listening who have been to Howard City Tri-County to a football game there, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, last week, poor Coach Gunsel got up there and he was so out of breath. I had to use some more of my filler material. I think I had to tell a joke or two, one of my Badger jokes, while he caught his breath. So
I tell you, that's the first time I've ever climbed a ladder at a straight. That's straight. There's not one angle on that thing, Scoop. It is straight up and down.
Jackson Jenner, our cameraman, mentioned the same thing that you just mentioned as well on that ladder coming up here. And we've done of the games I've done here at Manistee since 2011. I'd say at least half of them we've done up here on the roof. And we've gotten lucky. We've never had bad weather when we've done it.
Tonight I don't mind it, man, but I wouldn't want to be up here if it was raining or snowing.
Okay, so right now we're getting set to start the second half. Let me grab my sheets here. As Ludington will kick off to Manistee. The Orioles up by the score of 34-6 as the Orioles try to improve to 6-0 on the year, and again 4-0 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes. Okay.
Kick for the Orioles. Back deep for the Mariners to start the third.
Set to kick off for Ludington. Gabe Gomez.
Looks like I see him over here on the sideline warming up. It looks like number 11 there, Davion Neal Berry, has his uniform back on there, so he might be returning to this game in the second half here, Scoop.
Back deep for Manistee will be, I believe, number 9, Braylon Zimmerman. And here we go. And was that Gomez?
Yep, that was Gomez.
He'll step into it. And Ludington does a nice job there. They'll allow the return man to get it up back about the 22-yard line.
And he was tackled by...
Was that Dario Lopez?
I'm looking number 3.
No, that was Cooper Holmes. Cooper Holmes.
Yeah.
Usually special teams, Dario Lopez.
Yeah, he's usually right in there. He might have been, but at least it was Cooper Holmes that got up, and then he gave him a helping hand as well.
Dario is usually the special teams ace of the Orioles. All right, so we have a 1st and 10 for Manistee, just underway here in the second half. Ludington up 34-6. Manistee has the ball on their own 22-yard line.
Yep. And Davion Neal Berry is back in the game.
Good job by the Oriole defensive line right there.
Well, you know who's plugging that line right there in the middle is
that's Colin Shelton.
Connor
Shaney,
Shaney,
our Indian summer player in the spotlight. Yep. Gain of 1 on the play there. 2nd and 9. Orioles were just up 14 to 6 at the end of 1. In fact, no, they were up just 7-6 at the end of 1 quarter. Okay, here comes nice little speedy run right there.
I think that's
Zimmerman, I think, number 9.
No, that was he's got the...
Yeah, these numbers are almost impossible to read from up there. Actually, that was that Josh Weiss, number 21? I don't know. Or maybe, it wasn't Protasevich.
I can tell you as soon as he turns. He's got the hat, the helmet pad on right there, so he's coming this way.
Quick hitter, not much there. Ludington doing a good job. Walt Autry leading the way there. Also Cooper Holmes in on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like 21 on the last carry, Josh Weiss. You are correct.
That was Soa on the run there for Manistee. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6. It's a great start for the Oriole defense. Coming into the game for Manistee.
I would have to imagine Manistee's got to punt this football, Scoop.
Yeah, Keegan Shannon comes in. He's their punter. He wears jersey number 3. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Ludington up 34-6.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to fake this. Now they're running somebody on late.
Another player coming on very late. That's 33, Ian Genthart. And Genthart now is one of the gunners. Or is he going to be a receiver? Let's see here. No, they will punt. It's a low kick, and it's going to take a decent Manistee bounce.
Yeah, Ludington didn't even have anybody back.
They weren't expecting a punt.
They were playing. They were like playing for a run or a pass right there, and if they do punt, then it's not going to be that bad, and it is like 47-yard line. It looks like
they're going to have great
45-yard line.
Great field position. Urca Auto Center is founded on trust, integrity, and respect. Oriole Nation, we are proud to offer these values in our sales and business practices, so our customers keep returning. The vehicles on our lot have the best prices and quality in the area, so come by and see us today. The Urca family's been selling vehicles in Mason County for 4 generations. Urca Auto Center, 3736 West US 10. Call 845-6282. Orioles with the ball, and here is a run, and on the carry, that's Mikey Himes. He's at midfield. He breaks another tackle, breaks another tackle. 40, 35. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Mikey Himes. What a run by Himes. A 55-yard touchdown run. Incredible run by Himes.
I tell you what, Scoop, that one right there is a Sports Center highlight reel. They might want to send the film in on that one right there, Scoop. So that's a top 10 right there.
At the 9:11 mark of the 3rd quarter. What a run by Himes.
I can't even describe the move that he made over here. Right at the number 30 on the
Now, was that, let me double check with you just to check myself. Was that a pop pass or was that actually a pitch out?
I actually didn't see the beginning.
Yeah.
I was watching the linebacker set over here. Manistee was pointing, and they didn't really know what was. I think they were trying to communicate what was going on, and I missed that part, Scoop. But I tell you
Well,
what.
I'll rewatch it when I get home tonight. We'll see if it was actually a little pop pass or if it was a run right there. Irregardless, it is a 55-yard touchdown by the Orioles' fantastic freshman Mikey Himes. And the point after good by Gomez. Ludington 41, Manistee 6. And right now we are going to tell you about North Star Chiropractic. They pride themselves on taking care of Oriole athletes of all ages. The team at North Star Chiropractic is dedicated to helping Orioles prevent injuries, recover faster, and improve their overall performance. North Star's expert chiropractors understand the unique needs of athletes and use cutting-edge techniques to ensure a pain-free performance. At North Star Chiropractic, Oriole performance is our priority. That's North Star Chiropractic, 311 South Rath Avenue. Call 231-843-8200. Ludington getting set to kick off right now.
I just watched the replay on that, Scoop. It looked like he handed it off. From what I could see, it was close. We'll have to get the official on it, but Cam had it in his hands when he came by. It looks like he handed it off.
So that was one phenomenal. Just you talk
what
about
that move he made down here. I can't even describe it, Scoop. It was between three guys. Yeah. He just stopped on a dime and then kind of backed up and then turned, and he had three guys pulling on him. He just broke loose, and he's gone.
I'm trying not to be too dramatic about it, and don't want to compare him to a Hall of Famer like Barry Sanders, but he's making moves like Barry would make out there. Incredible. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's why we're up here. We call what we see, and when they make a good play, they make a good play. And you give them all the credit. But we'll add a little more to that, Scoop, because he couldn't have made that play again if his fantastic wide receivers aren't down here all blocked. I mean, they blocked the whole time from the 45-yard line all the way to the end zone. When he scored, they were still blocking.
55-yard touchdown by the Orioles' phenomenal freshman Mikey Himes, and we're pretty sure it was a run. I'll go back tonight and watch the video again just to make sure it wasn't a pop pass and that it was a run. We're calling it a touchdown run right now.
It was close. Yeah. I mean, whether he touched it out of there or he actually handed it off, but it looked real close to a handoff, but we might have to get the official on that later.
So Manistee with the ball right now. They have a 2nd and 5, 8:12 left in the third quarter. Ludington up 41-6. You can just see the deflation of Manistee when Ludington forced them to punt in their opening possession of this third quarter, and then boom, on the first play they go out and 55-yard electric touchdown, a thrilling touchdown by Mikey Himes.
Yep, and that was a carry by Weiss for Manistee, and pushed out of bounds by Messiah Himes and finished off by Taj Williams there.
I think Ludington's defense was a little upset. They had their shutout streak snapped tonight.
Yeah. Well,
Ludington wanting to keep that dad's trophy in the hallways of LHS.
Exactly. And sometimes that's okay, Scoop. You come down, it's a rival game. They did what they wanted. Manistee, we were having a hard time reading that wishbone, and it was only going to work for so long, and then they were going to make adjustments and figure it out, and they have figured it out for sure. I can't even imagine how many yards of offense they've had since.
Yeah, wishbone. You're right. A wishbone / full house backfield. Yeah.
And they're doing a good job of running it. Even when the freshman Edmondson came in, while Neil Berry was hurt, they both did a good job of concealing that ball and not knowing who. I mean, many a times we're tackling the guy without the ball, and that's good because we're seeing all the guys' potential. They're all getting tackled right now. So
into the lineup for the Orioles comes Blake Nelson and sweet Louis Salazar.
Yeah, well, every time Louis been in so far, I think we've had a fumble. So let's see what happens here. He's wanting to get after him.
He's wreaked havoc.
355 pounds. He's ready to go in there and knock somebody down, Scoop.
Reminds me of the former Washington defensive tackle, Big Dave
Oh, look
Butts.
at that.
Good job there.
Sweet Louie almost had him.
You did. And good job by Neil Berry. Oh, and that was Michael Wilson making a very impressive tackle there. Neil Berry in the open field.
I tell you, I give Neil Berry credit because he was all the way back here on the far near sideline on the 30-yard line. Got out, escaped trouble, then escaped Big Louis Salazar about in the middle of the field, and then all the way back across the other side by Michael Wilson. Finally made the tackle.
Jamie.
He ran 50 yards to get.
Come on now, Jamie. That's not Big Louis. That's sweet Louis Salazar.
I'm going to call him Big Louis Salazar, and you can call him Sweet. So he's big and sweet.
5:40 to go in the third quarter. Ludington 41, Manistee 6. Getting the Orioles at home next week. Homecoming against the Whitehall Vikings. 102.7 WMOM and the Orioles Sports Network will be happy to be there to bring the coverage to you. There's a nice tackle right there by the Orioles number 54, Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
That was Landon Soa on the carry. Bring up a second down for Manistee. Ball is at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, if we get one more, if Ludington gets one more score before Manistee, we'll have the running clock for the rest of the game. But right now, it's still regular clock, Scoop.
2nd and 7 for Manistee. Neil Berry, his pass is complete. Nice catch right there by Manistee's number 21, Josh Weiss.
First down.
He had to go down low and pick that one up off the grass.
Yeah.
He made a nice diving catch. 1st and 10 for Manistee. Ball is at the Oriole 42-yard line. And again, you said before the game started, when I gave the starting lineups, I gave the Lundquist Furniture starting lineups, and I mentioned how many of the Manistee players were going both offense and defense.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty close to all 11 of them. You know, maybe there's a few extras I've seen, but you know, mostly they're playing both ways the whole time here. But you know, one good thing too is, you know, like what's this here? Neil Berry had the injury there in the second quarter, and it's, you know, we had an extended halftime there for the homecoming, and that might be benefiting him. And just glad he's not injured, Scoop, and he was able to come back out for the Mariners. You don't want to see anybody injured. You want to see
you're right.
Both teams playing, you know.
Protasevich on that last carry brought down by Brune Fuller. It's good to see Brune out there.
Yeah.
Where's jersey 21? He's a 5'11", 201-pound junior. And he's out there right now, and JT Keith is getting a little bit of a break. You see Coop still out there, though.
Yeah.
Cooper Holmes, number 3.
We'll start to see some of these Orioles check into the game here a little bit throughout this third and fourth quarter.
There's
another fumble. Picks it up.
And now he'll go down.
Yeah.
Hey, the discretion was a better part of valor right there.
Smart play, because I think that was, I'm seeing who was it waiting there.
Wait, was that Cam? Or was that Coop?
Nope, that was number 12, Michael Wilson, was waiting right there.
He was there, and also
Coop. And also Cooper Holmes was waiting. He's like, I'm just going to slide this time.
So that'll bring third, and it's going to be third and about 12, I think.
Yeah.
Ball is at the 45-yard line of Ludington. 3rd and 12. 2:38 to go in the third quarter. Ludington up 41-6 over Manistee. The 148th meeting between the two schools. Here's a long pass and incomplete.
Oh, that was good defense right there by Taj.
Great defense by Taj Williams. He had him covered like a blanket right there.
Yeah, he did. But the problem right there is that allowed Taj to get underneath and get back to bat that ball down was his two receivers were running the same route on the opposite sides of the field. And when the ball was in the air, both Manistee receivers ended up being within a half a yard of each other right there. So
you had two Orioles back there in coverage.
Exactly.
I think it was Taj, and wasn't it Messiah?
I think it was.
You know, Messiah wants an interception. He's leading the team in picks.
Yeah, he is, and he had one, but his brother took it from him earlier in the game.
Yeah, Mikey said, I want one. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. Ludington up 41-6.
Well, it's 4th and 12, so after this, if they don't get the first down here, Scoop, we'll have a chance to thank another one of our sponsors here before the before the possession turns over.
We got to give some love to those sponsors. They're the ones who make it possible for us to bring coverage for Oriole Nation. And I'm not sure why the clock, that was an incomplete pass, Jamie, why the clock is running. It's not, well, hold on. 6.
Now we're going to call timeout.
You know what? It is a
Timeout, Mariners.
It is a 35-point lead right now for the Orioles.
Oh, well, I guess.
So the state-mandated running clock is in effect.
It is. That's why
it is in effect, yes. Yeah, Math and I have never been good buddies.
And I just looked. I really didn't even try to do the math.
Yep. So timeout, and now you got time, Jamie,
there
to give some love to.
Here we go. Team Loney Real Estate. Thinking about selling your home or property? Let Team Jamie Loney at 5 Star Real Estate guide you every step of the way. With clear communication, strong organization, and a focus on your wants and needs, Jamie makes the process smooth and stress-free. Call Jamie Loney today at 231-794-9740. Team Jamie Loney, 513 South James Street in Ludington. Bob's Roofing Company. Bob's Roofing Company is your reliable roofing partner with over 50 years of experience using only the finest quality materials. Licensed and insured in commercial, industrial, and residential roofing. We've got you covered. Call us today and schedule your free estimate at 877-641-2627. Mike Mesher is your local salesman.
I think I know that guy. He's the older brother of Dan Mesher.
Yep.
Yes.
And the younger.
There's a couple other older brothers,
too. He's got another older brother. Yeah, one. Yeah.
There's 4 Mesher boys. Yep. Have you seen Brad Mesher around?
Yeah, Mike will tell you. He's a good basketball player.
All right, we've got a 4th and 12 for Manistee right here. And they're going to
pass. He's dropping way back, Scoop. Oh,
he almost deflected by Cooper Holmes. Breaks it up, and Ludington will take over.
Neil Berry's pass to Genhart is incomplete. Orioles are going to
the change is in. Will give us one more chance here for Len Balder Insurance. Len Balder Insurance is Ludington and your local insurance agency that gets it right the first time. With a reputation built on knowledge, speed, and accuracy, they help individuals and businesses find coverage that truly fits. As an independent agency, Lenz Balder compares top carriers to find the best protection for your home, car, or your business so you don't have to. From personalized service to peace of mind, Lenz Balder delivers more than insurance, they deliver confidence.
Ludington a 1st and 10 here on the change of possession. Gunsel's going to throw. He's got a receiver out there, and it's caught. And on the reception for the Orioles.
That's Mikey Himes.
That's Kyle Himes. Kyle Himes Jr. Amongst three Mariners.
Did you see the route, though, Scoop? For those of you that are watching at home, he did a wheel route. I guess you want to call it a wheel. It's straight down and then stops, runs complete spin of a circle, and then right back through the 3 defenders, wide open. Makes it. What a route!
Beautiful route. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. As the state-mandated running clock is in effect. Ludington up 41-6. And now we're going to stay right here and talk about our sponsors, some more of our great sponsors.
Hey, let's go. Ludington Chiropractic. Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yeck have been serving the chiropractic needs of Ludington and the surrounding communities for more than 30 years. At Ludington Chiropractic, no appointment is necessary. It is strictly a walk-in clinic. That's Dr. Mark Yeck at Ludington Chiropractic at 5965 East Ludington Avenue. For questions, call 231-843-1874.
All right. We want to thank Lundquist Furniture, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor. Trent Lundquist and Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. Shout out to my brother Trenton Hansen and his wife Courtney and their children Hunter, Troy, and Cora May, who are tuned in tonight watching from Fort Collins, Colorado. My nephew Troy loves football. I think his favorite team is the Denver Broncos, and he's a huge John Elway fan. Okay, Gunsel rolling left. Cam will let it go. He's got a receiver in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. He let him just a little too much. Valiant effort out there by, I believe, Taj Williams.
Looks like Taj Williams. Yep, he was going for.
They'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Orioles. Running clock again in effect. Ludington up 41-6. We got any scores there, Nick, on the Whitehall game? Last we knew, Whitehall was up 13-0 at halftime over Muskegon Oak Ridge.
Excuse me there, Scoop. I had to make a quick exit.
Well, we have, you know what, give you kudos. You're coming off
a little bronchitis there.
Exactly.
Something I've been down earlier this week, but back yesterday and feeling better. But
I knew you'd be good, well enough to do this game
too
tonight.
Too many commercials without a drink. I had to take a quick
Here
break.
goes Gunsel. He's going up the middle. Cam
He's
Gunsel.
gone,
He's gone. Touchdown, Ludington Orioles at the 11:05 mark. A 20-yard touchdown run by quarterback Cam Gunsel. The 11:05 mark of the 4th quarter.
And, the last block that sprung him through there was a pancake block by Messiah Himes. Just absolutely leveled the defender and let Cam walk through right behind him.
What did I say, 11:05 mark?
You did.
20-yard touchdown run. It was like the parting of the Red Sea by Moses.
Yeah.
Gomez kick after is up and good. 20-yard run, Cam Gunsel. Ludington now up 48-6. Gomez good. Ludington 48, Manistee 6. And let's see now. That'll give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? Cam's at his average. That's his 6th combined touchdown tonight. He's had 6 in every game this season. He's got 36 touchdowns on the season combined. And we still got to look and see if that 55-yard run by Himes, if that was a pass.
Yeah.
If that was a pass, Gunsel has 7 tonight.
That was, well, 6 for sure, could be 7. Depends on whether it was a little pop pass or whether it was a handoff.
111 for his career. You know, and again, the career record is by current Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood at 152. We'd have to have a pretty deep playoff run, Jamie.
Yeah, a pretty deep playoff run.
All right, Ludington up now, 48-6. There is 10:59 to go in this game, and Gomez getting set to kick off. Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Gomez steps into it. He'll drive it. It's going to come down at about the 6-yard line. And here comes...
That's number 21
again. That's Weiss.
He's got a little speed.
He does. Weiss gets the ball out to about the 33, 34-yard line.
Josh Weiss on the return.
And
nice little return right
That was
there.
a nice return.
33-yard line.
Is that the officials are going to mark it at the 33, so 1st and 10 for Manistee. 10:32 left in the game. Ludington 48, Manistee 6.
We'll see a few subs rolling in here. You got Big Louie there in.
I'm looking for new numbers.
On the end right here. I see Walt Autry's not in and Colin Shelton's not in there.
There's a handoff, and they go off the left tackle. And a nice gain right there.
There's a nice tackle by Brody Jones.
Yeah, Brody with a real nice tackle right there. I'm sure that's one that Gage would approve of.
Yeah.
His brother Gage at Calvin University. He's on the football team there. They're off to a nice start. Calvin is.
What's their record?
I think they're 3-0.
Okay.
Mariners from their own.
I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, Brody Jones is back there now. He's playing some free safety. He's where Cam most of the time.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got out there.
And he's been starting at
wide receiver.
Wide receiver filling in for Zach Graham. Maybe here in the.
We're hoping to have him back next week.
Yeah.
Against Whitehall.
Maybe we can get Brody a score here in the last part of this 4th quarter.
Yeah. There's Brody in on another tackle right there. He's at least going to get an assist on that one.
He's getting after it right now.
Second down, 3.
Clock is down to 9:11. The state-mandated running clock. Ludington up 48-6. 148th meeting between the two schools. Orioles have given up their first conference points. This is their 4th conference game.
You can't argue with that, Scoop.
Mm-hmm. Second down and 4 for Manistee. Here's a pass, is incomplete. And that was Davion Neal Berry.
Intended for Weiss.
Yeah, tried to get that ball to Weiss, and coming in hard there for the Orioles was that.
Well, you had 7, you had Messiah Himes, and then it looked like
Kyle Himes Jr.
Kyle Himes Jr. was the other one coming in. And
you got so many Himeses out there. You got Mikey
on
Himes.
This side, you got Mikey Himes. So all 3 Himes brothers are in the game right now.
Did I hear right?
Defense.
I heard there's another Himes prodigy coming up the pipeline.
They have a, I guess it would be a stepbrother.
Okay.
And Eric.
All right.
And Eric's a good athlete as well. I've coached Eric, and so yeah. And then for a long way down the road, there's another little Himes. He's only a couple years old, but yeah, Eric's a good player. He's a freshman right now. He's on the, I think he's on the JV team. But
Mariners from the Orioles.
they got a host of them over there, and I tell you what, they're all athletic.
Landon Soa on that last carry. He's got a first down. 1st and 10 for Manistee. Ball is on the Oriole 35-yard line. 7:33 to go in the game. Big Oriole lead, 48-6. Orioles were up just 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Now here goes Protasevich.
Big Louie got him.
Flock of Orioles are led by Sweet Louis Salazar. Also in there for Ludington was number 21, Brune Fuller.
Brune's a hitter too now.
Yes, he is. Who's coming in now? Sweet Louis goes to the sideline.
That looks like Connor Cheney.
I can't see. Yeah, I believe that is our Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight, Connor Cheney.
I can tell by the way he runs that looked like him.
Next, if you're wondering, next week's Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight is going to be Michael Wilson.
Okay.
So I just gave the Oriole Nation a little sneak preview. Manistee facing a 2nd down and 8. Neal Berry. A pass incomplete. Heavy rush put on there by, is that Dario Lopez?
Dario wanted a little.
Oh, that was Finn Flannery. Finn Flannery there, who wears jersey number 8. Yeah.
Is it?
We got at least on a roster says 8, Finn Flannery.
I thought Dario's worn 8 all year.
Dario's listed at 22 in today's roster.
Okay, so Dario switched uniforms.
Yep,
okay.
Yeah, and Asher Forfinski's wearing jersey 6 tonight.
Okay.
And we believe that Braden Tyndall is number 25. All right, here is a run by Soa.
We'll have to check that, Scoop, because number 8 out there right now looks like Dario Lopez. That's too. Finn Flannery's a little bigger than that. Look at you can tell by watching him that's Dario. But I know what the roster says. But
4th down and 6 for the Mariners.
Yeah, Finn Flannery's listed at 6'2", 212.
Yeah,
number 8 is not 6'2".
No. I was going to say I've coached Dario and Finn. And,
yeah, you're probably right. It probably is Dario.
That's Dario, number 8 right
4th
there.
and 6 for the Manistee Mariners. Ball is on the Oriole 30-yard line. We're down to 5:22 left in the game. And now Davion Neal Berry, his pass is complete. Penalty marker down. Oh,
nice
what
hit.
a hit by Messiah.
Brody Jones and Messiah Himes just laid the lumber.
Messiah came in there and, Deke Leader. Penalty marker down.
Yeah, well, we got a penalty marker. We got House of Flavors Manufacturing, exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Orioles sports, producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing.
I ate there yesterday with my beautiful wife, Michelle. We had an enjoyable dinner. I had the turkey and all the trimmings. Absolutely delicious. Their turkey down there is out of this world.
I like to have that there.
Yep.
You know, I also like the big old triple-decker club sandwich down there, too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's very good. And I ended my meal with a two scoops.
I know. Michigan pothole.
2 scoops of Michigan pothole.
Sure you did.
Exactly. All right, Manistee penalized right there. It's going to bring up a 4th and 15.
There's Dario coming after him.
There's a pick.
Oh, he's got it, Scoop.
Is that Dario? Hold it.
No, Dario put the pressure on.
Who got
picked it off?
Who got it? Now, interception is by 53. That's our
Is
player.
that Connor Cheney?
That's Connor Cheney. That's our Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight with the interception. Connor Cheney with the pick.
Wow. Man, I tell you, Dario's quick, man. He was all over Neil Berry right there, forcing that throw.
Let's see what Ludington does here with 4:20 left in the ball game. They're up 48-6.
Now Big Lou's going to play some offensive lines.
Yep.
Scoop.
Now let's see what new numbers do we have out here. Brody has started at wide receiver.
Now
He's out there.
Who's playing quarterback?
13
That's
is out
not
there.
Cam. That's Michael Wilson playing quarterback?
Andrew Busan is at wide receiver. He's number 13. He had a big JV game last night. And let's see who's at quarterback. That is.
No, that's Asher Forfinsky.
Asher, and he's going to be dumped for a big loss on the play right there. Forfinsky sacked. And coming in for the sack for Manistee was, I believe that was Ketis Underwood on the sack for Manistee.
That's kind of hard to come in, too. And, you got a new offensive lineman there, the center, coming in for his first snap. He kind of snapped it kind of high there on him.
We'll try to get all these new numbers in. Oh, there's another Oriole fumble.
What do we call it?
That's a pass. That's a pass.
Yeah, that's a pop
That's
pass.
an incomplete pass there from Forfinsky. And I think he tried to get to 23. And that was Jace Hodges. Jace Hodges, I believe, 23.
Okay.
Incomplete. Also out there for the Orioles right now, number 19, and that's Landon Sloan. You got Sweet Louis Salazar out there. And 2 plays that we've not seen the Orioles make all game. They've been pretty error-free this game, except for the 1 pick that Gunsel threw near the end of the first half.
And these guys have been standing over there the whole game, waiting for their shot there. The last time they warmed up was at halftime, a couple minutes there. So, they don't want to come in and do this either, Scoop. They want to make their their shot here, but that was like 4th and 20. We might punt right here.
Was that Forfinsky or was that Lopez on the carry? I don't know. We got some numbers here that aren't jiving that are on the roster from what we're seeing on the playing field right now. So 4th and 20 coming up for Ludington.
Quickly, let's get Smith and Eddy Insurance, exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith and Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, Manistee. A caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith and Eddy handle all your insurance needs.
Ludington has a 4th and 20. The ball is on the Oriole 36-yard line. We have 2:31 left in the game. The Ludington Orioles on their way to a 6-0 record. And again, the last time a Ludington team was at that plateau of 6-0, the 1989 Ludington Orioles, who would proceed to go 9-0 before falling in a extremely hard-hitting playoff game at Oriole Field to the DeWitt Panthers by the score of 8-6. DeWitt went on that year to be the Class B state runner-up, falling to Farmington Hills Harrison 28-27 at the Pontiac Silverdome.
1989.
Ooh, high snap.
That's a good year.
Yeah.
It's the year I graduated.
First punt of the game for the Orioles. And it gets a nice
good
roll.
Punt.
A very good punt by the Orioles.
That's number 14.
Keldon Mosier. And it's the first time we've seen him out to punt tonight. In fact, we've not seen him a whole lot this whole season.
Well, that's okay.
Yes.
But when he does get his opportunity, he does exactly what he just did right there. A nice, good punt, Scoop.
And Manistee will have the ball at their own 26. 7-yard line. We have 1:55 left in this game. Make sure you stick around for the Smith and Eddy post-game show as I talk to head coach Charlie Gunsel. And as he makes his way up here to the top of the press box in Manistee.
Yep, I want to see him climb that ladder.
You know he's going to be out of breath.
Yeah. Yeah, what are we going to have here?
I think we're going to have a timeout called by the Mariners. The over-under, I think, by the way, the over-under on me saying Chippewas tonight, I think, was 6. And I don't believe I've said it at all tonight. If I have, it's only been once or twice, and then I didn't even know I did it.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us did. We talked about it, at the beginning of the game.
The first year was the toughest.
We did, but no mistake made there. So, I don't know. Manistee's got here. They call a timeout. Maybe they got a couple players in. They might want to get a shot at, getting the ball to them. And it looks like when they called timeout, Neil Berry was over here on the sideline. He wasn't even in the game, and the coach called timeout and then had a little discussion with him. And so I don't know if
he's going to be a little sore tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Some of them players there are going to need Ludington chiropractic tomorrow.
I was surprised when I interviewed Connor Shaney. Great interview, very articulate, well-spoken young man. But I thought he'd be a bit bigger. He plays the positions he plays. Who is tall? It was the player in the spotlight the week before, Colin Shelton.
Yeah, Colin's tall.
Yes. Oh, here's look at that.
Yeah, Connor is short in stature, but strong kid and a good kid.
Blake Nelson getting in there, and that's a loss, a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Blake's a big kid too.
TFL. Yes.
I like this end. I like watching Dario Scoop. That's who I'm locked in right now. He's playing linebacker right now. And it reminds me of Connor Cheney's favorite movie, Rudy.
Rudy.
Rudy. Yeah, I can't wait. I hope Dario gets to put the lumber on somebody here.
2nd and 12 for Manistee. We're down to 56 seconds left in the game. The state-mandated running clock has been in effect for a good portion of the second half. Manistee will give the ball now, and on the carry, not much there. Looked like number 24, Hoyt Edmondson. He was testing the left side of the Oriole line there. And we have a 3rd and 12, 29 seconds to go in the game. Ludington has thoroughly beat down the Manistee.
And Scoop, it looks like the Oak Ridge Eagles.
Is that a final? That's a final. Oh my goodness. We have
14-13.
We have a huge upset, folks. Just in. Big thank you to our technical engineer, Nick Wysong. We're pretty sure it's a final. Muskegon Oak Ridge 14, Whitehall 13. Nick has it is a final. It is a final. So we got a final score here too. The Ludington Orioles 48, the Manistee Mariners 6. The Orioles retain the Dad's Trophy. They win the 148th meeting between the two schools, and they also extend their overall series lead that dates all the way back to 1895. And we'll be back in a couple minutes with the Smith and Eddy post-game show right here on 102.7 WMOM and the Orioles Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S. and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
Safe Harbor Credit Union is your premier choice for all your banking needs. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, our members always come first. You're not just a member, you're family. This is Adam Johnson, President and CEO of Safe Harbor Credit Union and proud former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're thrilled to once again be the premier halftime sponsor for the Orioles Sports Network. If you haven't yet experienced the Safe Harbor Credit Union difference, now is the perfect time to make the switch. We cherish our relationships with our members and our community student athletes. You'll find us in the stands cheering for that next Oriole win and in local classrooms teaching financial literacy. We believe in being the local financial institution that you can trust with all your banking needs. When you invest with us, your money stays local, and local decision-making ensures that your needs are our top priority. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Come visit us at our new location at 5511 US 10 here in Ludington. We can't wait to welcome you into our family at Safe Harbor Credit Union.
The Manistee Mariners 48-6. We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive postgame sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. The Orioles were up just 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. They led at the half by the score of 34-6, and they go on to win 48-6. And we just got the news. It just went final. Muskegon Oak Ridge upsets Whitehall 14-13, and that sets up next week's big game, the big homecoming game at Oriole Field. The Ludington Orioles will go in there with a 4-0 conference mark. They'll be 6-0 on the year, taking on the Whitehall Vikings, who will be, I believe, a 3-1 in the conference on the year, maybe 4-1. And I know they've lost one out-of-league game this year as well. But irregardless, a big night for the Ludington Orioles as they defeat Manistee in the battle for the Dad's Trophy, the 148th meeting between the two schools. Ludington, again, now 6-0 on the year, 3-0 in the, 4-0 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes. Manistee will fall to 2-4 overall, and they'll fall to 1-4 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes division. Jamie, the Orioles, you saw what Manistee was trying to do right off the bat, and it worked their opening drive.
It did. You know, we talked about that. They were moving the ball, and a lot of it was deception. You know, they did an excellent job of running the wishbone and hiding the football, and it just took Ludington a quarter, basically, a little over a quarter, to figure out, how are we going to get to read and which guy's getting the ball. But, as we talked about, how do you break that up? You got to get pressure. You got to bust through that offensive line, and then that forces the guys to the outside. Then your outside defenders, your backers, your corners can read who's got the ball.
Coach Gunsel making his way up here. Hey guys, can you give Coach Nick? Can you give Coach Gunsel some directions? Okay. Hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors down the line. Without you, great sponsors, we cannot do what we do, and that's bring Oriole excitement from Oriole football, Oriole girls basketball, Oriole boys basketball, girls volleyball, as well as boys and girls soccer to you Oriole Nation fans. House of Flavors Manufacturing, Indian Summer Co-op, Lundquist Furniture, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Smith & Eddy Insurance, Benedict's Auto Center, Ludington Paint and Glass, McGee Insurance Group, Urca Auto Center, North Star Chiropractic, and Dr. Jacob Singh, Team Jamie Loney, 5-Star Real Estate, Bob's Roofing Company, Lenz Balder Insurance, and Ludington Chiropractic. A big thank you to all our great sponsors. Coach Gunsel has made it up the steps. He thought Montague was tough last week when he was out of breath. Holy cow, we got Coach, we got some other great news for you. A final just in. Muskegon Oak Ridge 14, Whitehall 13.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that's great news. I'd rather play them undefeated.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe the same thing. But hey, let's talk about the great victory tonight against the Manistee Mariners, the 148th meeting. Ludington retains the Dad's Trophy. Manistee, Jamie and I were just talking about it. They came out that first drive. They did exactly what they wanted and hoped to do for the whole game tonight. But your defense then started to create some turnovers. And they go on to a nice 48-6 victory.
Yeah, I thought Manistee had the perfect game plan for us. I mean, they were grinding us, eating up clock. We had the ball one time in the first quarter. And then when Davion got hurt,
Yeah.
that kind of changed things for him. But we're probably close to plus 20 now in the turnovers on the year. And that's a big deal when you can make a short field like that.
Yeah, it's just a total domination by your team tonight. A great night for football. Week 6, you couldn't ask for better weather.
Right.
This is incredible. October 3rd. Wanted to ask you, get clarification on the touchdown by Mikey Himes there. Was that a pop pass or was that actually handoff?
That was a pass. Our coach has figured out.
Okay.
It was ISO off of a touch pass. So we run so much sweep that we put in an ISO off of it this week. We actually have a counter off of it as well that we didn't run tonight. But that was a pass. So
we couldn't even see. We couldn't tell the difference up here. It was so tight, and from our distance up here, we weren't sure what the bottom line was. It was a 55-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And with that, Cam had 7 more touchdowns tonight. He's had 6 in every game this season. He has 7 tonight.
Yeah.
Just an incredible touchdown machine.
Yeah, and they were really struggling stopping the run tonight. Once we got going, once we got some things figured out, they were going to take things deep away from us. They were going to let us work underneath, and they were going to let us run the ball. So, once we kind of settled into that, but then we got into the habit of scoring really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe we ran 25 offensive plays tonight and scored 7 or 8 touchdowns. So, we were efficient, but it never felt like we got into a rhythm. We'd get the ball, we would score, and then they would have the ball for 4 or 5 minutes before we could get back out.
Your boys really set the tone on that 4th and 6, the 35-yard completion from Cam to Kyle Himes Jr. that kept the first drive alive.
He's really good at keeping plays alive and keeping his head downfield, and our receivers, they drill that each week where they're just going to run to green once he breaks contain, and I think that's the second week in a row where we've hit a play like that on 4th down. So just a credit to our receivers coach, Kyle Himes. Does a great job with those guys, keeps them moving, and Cam plays with his head up.
How much fun are you having as the Ludington Oriole head coach this year?
Oh, God, it's a blast. Yeah, it is. Well, not only because we're winning, but they're fun kids, and they work really hard. It's fun. Coming up, you come into some of these games, and your anxiety is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's nice to be able to come someplace like Manistee, which has been tough for us to play in the past, and know if we just take care of our business, we're going to be okay.
How can these defenses, they try to prepare for Cam, and then they get hit by Mikey Himes and his fantastic moves. And if they prepare for Mikey, then they get hit by Kyle Himes Jr. or Taj Williams. It just seems like some of these defensives has got to be waving the white flag.
I think we're a tough tackle right now with what we're doing offensively. I think Coach Gillett is in a rhythm, and we just have kids that can make plays. And then when you have an offensive line like we're playing right now, again, we haven't given up a sack this season through 6 weeks. So, that's pretty impressive when your bigs give you that kind of time, and you just have some athletes that are making plays.
You got sweet Louis Salazar in there today. He recovered a fumble.
Yeah.
You also got him some offensive time tonight. About the only downfall you could see, Cam had a second interception of the year, but
he totally forced it. Right when he threw it, you could almost hear him. But we were trying to go for a dagger there, and that play we've hit that play 5 times this year, and they did a really nice job inverting their coverage. Cam knew it. He tried to thread it in there, and so he's got to learn from that. You can do that when it's 36-6, but you start doing that stuff in a 17-10 game, that's going to hurt us. So he talked about it the rest of the half, and in the whole second half, he's like, I can't make that throw. And so I'm sure he'll move forward.
How mad are the boys on defense for giving up their first conference points this year?
Well, I give Manistee all the credit in the world for that. They were just punching us in the face in that first quarter and really put us in a bad spot. Landon So is a hard tackle.
Protasevich.
When Davion's healthy, he's a tough tackle. They have some weapons there, and they marched right down the field on us. And I think it was a good little wake-up call. Hey, it's not just going to happen. You got to make it happen. And for the rest of the game, I think we did a pretty nice job.
All right, well, you can savor this one for a couple of days, Coach, and then you get ready for the Whitehall Vikings, who are not going to be happy coming into Oriole Field after being knocked off tonight by the Muskegon Oak Ridge Eagles 14-13.
That honestly shocks me that was the final score. I didn't think Oak Ridge would be able to score on Whitehall, and I didn't know if Oak Ridge would be able to stop Whitehall from the film that I've seen. So, we'll get into that film, we'll dissect it, but we'll enjoy tonight. I'm going to go watch Michigan tomorrow.
Oh, very good.
And then we'll get after it starting Sunday morning.
Yeah, the Ludington Orioles and the Whitehall Vikings, it's homecoming.
It's going to be awesome, even though they did get beat tonight at Oriole Field. That'll probably be the biggest crowd we've ever played in front of next week. And our guys are still jacked up. They're excited. A couple of them are a little disappointed, but Whitehall's going to bring it, man. they're the champs, and until somebody knocks them off, and Detroit, because they're still in it. They beat us, and they're right back in it. So
exactly. So
we got our hands full next Friday night.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming on up here.
Right,
the
guys.
top of the press box at Manistee. Take your time going down that stairwell there, and
workman's comp issue coming up here real shortly.
Hey, have a great week, Coach. And
thanks, guys.
We'll see you next Friday at Oriole Field for homecoming. That's happy Coach Charlie Gunsel. His team defeats the Manistee Mariners in the 148th meeting between the two schools by the score of 48-6. Ludington right about at their scoring average, Jamie. They've been scoring right around 48, 49 points a game all season long. And they win tonight over Manistee, coupled with Oak Ridge's upset over the Whitehall Vikings. And, boy, we're going to have quite a ball game next Friday at Oriole Field. Homecoming for the Orioles against the Vikings of Whitehall.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, Scoop. And like Coach said right there, we won this game tonight. They're going to celebrate and then get back at it. And, I think that coaching staff will be right on top of it, saying, hey, it doesn't matter what happened last week. It doesn't matter, if they lost to Oak Ridge. What matters is this Friday, we got to take care of business, and so far Ludington's been doing that right through and through. And their hard work and effort and practice all week long, and their film studies and everything they're doing is showing up. Like you said, we're averaging 48, 49 points a game. Defense is shutting people down, zeros or six. That, like you said, the very first time that they've really been scored on, I guess, since Scottville or Mason County Central. I always say Scottville.
Our team, our boys have only given up 32 points all season in 6 games.
And the more impressive stat after, I've covered all these, but 2 with you, Scoop, and I didn't even pay attention to what Coach Gunsel was. We haven't had a sack. I haven't even paid attention that Cam hasn't even been sacked. We've been talking about the line, how he's got all the time, but, that's, man, even more impressive. Another impressive stat that 6 games on the season, Cam hasn't been sacked, so that's impressive.
Let's give some love to that offensive line for the Orioles. That's center Colin Shelton. That's left guard Blake Nelson. That's left tackle Connor Shaney. That's right guard Donovan Salazar, and the right tackle, the All-State candidate Walt Autry. And then tonight, big sweet Louis Salazar also got in there and got some playing time. And, Oriole Nation, make sure you check out the OSN page later tonight. We'll have the scoring summary in there. We'll have the stats from Coach Gunsel, and we'll have area scores of interest. And with that said, for our executive producer, executive director, Thad Shank, for the 102.7 WMOM station owner, Chris Nicholas, for my broadcast partner tonight doing color, Jamie Sycon, as well as for the technical engineer tonight for the OSN and 102.7 WMOM, Nick Wysong, and for the OSN cameraman, Jackson Jenner. This is the voice of the Ludington Orioles, Todd Scoop Hansen, saying so long from Manistee High School. Once again, your final score in the 148th meeting between the Ludington Orioles and the Manistee Mariners, Ludington 48, Manistee 6. Good night, Oriole Nation, and have a great weekend.